What's going on, man? Welcome back to the basement. I'm Ron. We have a little bit of a special double feature for you guys today. Was going to stream in the morning, and then the plan was to do a BBM and then do a high stakes NFC draft with Jakob Sanderson. The draft was supposed to fill at 12. It didn't fill, so we audibled to 7. So we're going to hop into a BBM here, just me and you, a nice little intimate stream. And then afterwards, we're going to have Jakob on here and do a high stakes stream at 8 p.m., which means that we need to get into this underdog draft very quickly. Very, very quickly. We need to get into a Best Ball Mania draft. I'm going to stream it on the screen. Let me know. How is everybody doing? I hope that the connection's all right. Let me know if the connection's good, if it's bad. It already yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Things seem a little bit off right now, but let me know if the connection is good on your end. How are we? I know Underdog came out with new contests today, man, but I have to look, fellas. I have to get going on these BBMs. I really, really do. So hold on. I think that this doesn't have. I don't know that this has. I don't know that this has. Yeah, it does have tags. Okay, so we're gonna hop into this very quickly. We have to get in here. Let's make this full screen. Let's put this here. We're going to enter in a Best Ball Mania. If anybody wants to hop in, of course, Underdog Ron, promo code Ron if you're new. Hop in on Underdog Fantasy. It is a promo code where it matches up your deposit up to $100. You can hop in, draft with us, hop on BBM, hop in any of these Underdog. They have like a $10 one out right now for anybody out there that's sort of new to the site. Make sure you check it out. I'm going to put a link in the live chat as we speak here. I'll have a link in the description, a link in the comment section down below. Make sure you check it out. Underdog Fantasy, promo code Ron. Get you a deposit match, again, up to $100. It is a sweet, sweet deal. How is everybody doing? As I said, this is going to be a double feature here. We're going to have Jakob coming on for the second hour to hop into a high-stakes stream. So we have a lot going on. We're going to do a BBM, a high-stakes stream, be hanging out with you guys. How is everybody doing? How are we? I appreciate everybody that's been watching. The Double Hero RB video we dropped today has been doing absolute numbies. I appreciate all you guys that have been watching, subscribing, liking. It has been a huge, huge boost to the channel. I do have an NFC at 8 p.m. I think if this fills soon, we're going to be all right. It's going to cut real close. If I have to do a couple of the last, if I have to do a couple of the last minute picks on my phone while we're in this NFC draft, I will. It's not ideal. It's not ideal per se, but it's something I will do. People hop in this draft. People, I need this to get filled here. Oh, it is okay. What are we waiting on? Okay, so we're at the 109 here. We're in here like swimwear. This is also the first time I've been solo in this StreamYard setup here. Does the screen look good, fellas? I think it looks all right. I think it looks all right. How are we? Mungo saying the connection's never been better. I'm glad to hear it. We got Pionio in here. Yeah, leave a like on the stream if you're in here. What's going on? We got Coupe in here. What's going on, brother? What's going on? You said Jeff Mann's got a caller today on SiriusXM that gave the advice to take Rashi Rice over JSN. Good Lord. Good Lord. Sports radio, man. So tried to see how double ear RB would play out earlier. Would you take Bijan over Kelsey around the 106? I would in a managed league. In a best ball league, I would take Kelsey, though. Also, a big disclaimer. I have to start. I wish I said it, but I'm going to come out with I'm going to drop my double hero RB, zero RB videos. And I'm going to come out with a video just sort of talking through. I'm never going into a draft trying to use one of those strategies. It's always take best player available through the first 3 rounds. And then from there, just sort of try and guide it down the path of one of those strategies, if that makes sense. What do we got? You said get on those BBC, dude. I'm all over them. Let me tell you that much. What's up? Ron Tholomew's a new one. I've heard Ronathan. I've heard Ronald, of course. We got Zach in here calling me Ronald. First time watching live and hopping in the chat. Banger double hero RB video today. Big Ron, thank you, man. Thank you. I'm glad you guys liked it. A lot of guys seem to like it. It's crazy. I was talking on Twitter. A lot of dudes in there, man. A lot of dudes in there. A lot of dudes in those comments. It's crazy, man. The 2 years previous to this one, we've been a big channel preaching zero RB, and all of those comments have been, Ron, you're a fucking idiot. Zero RB is stupid. But surprisingly today on the video where I say draft running backs early, a lot of guys in the comments are saying, I'm done drafting running backs. They burned me. I'm going zero RB, whatever. And that tells me, as a guy who has gone zero RB the last 2 years, that this year is probably a pretty rough year for zero RB if even the, RB bros are now switching to zero RB, which is pretty much the point of that whole video, which was, hey, we've seen this before in 2016. Let's not overreact here. All right, so Cooper Kupp fell all the way to 6 here. I haven't taken a lot of Eckler, so let's take. I think this might be like in these BBMs. I'm not taking a ton of Eckler because if Eckler's on the board, I'm usually taking Bijan, but I have so much Bijan at this point that I'm fine passing on him. And then it's like I'm usually taking Kelsey too, but I'm fine taking Eckler at 109. Like again, like I'm really low on him, and it's not really that I don't think he's going to be good, but I just prefer. I think I just prefer Bijan. Yeah, I'm like 4% Eckler. I don't have a lot of him at all, so I'm fine kind of adding him into the mix. Don't mind my my slow drafts that I probably have to keep up with in a little bit here. You said you have Ridley for a 12th and full PPR. You have the choice between the 8th pick and 2nd pick in the draft. What would you choose? Probably the 2nd pick and just get Jamar Chase. We got Grayson Huber in here. What's going on, brother? You smell 100 John Kelly yards? What the hell do you mean by that? So we have Eckler here. We could go Garrett Wilson, Devontae Adams. To me, Devontae Adams is still... I'm going to take Devontae Adams here. But I think that there is an argument to go Saquon there. What else we got? I got an I love you from Pele JW, however you want to say this guy's name. I appreciate that. We got Kevin in here. What's going on? You said, what is your pick in NFFC? We got the 1 overall spot, which was our first pick, but we kind of wanted something at the turn. But I will say, I did want like I haven't gotten a managed league start with Jefferson yet, so I was psyched on that. What the hell did the 12 spot just do here, fellas? Mahomes, Jalen Hurts at the turn. My bad for slipping on that. Huh. What the hell is going on here? Mahomes, Jalen Hurts at the 1-2 turn, huh? Very interesting, I guess. What's up, Ron? I haven't been commenting much, but I'm enjoying the content. I appreciate that, man. It's all good. I know the Jets. I gotta be like I said something on Twitter, fellas. Like I gotta be honest with you, dude. I'm a huge Jets fan, but it's like preseason just doesn't do it for me, man. Like I know a lot of my buddies even love going to like the Jets Giants preseason game every year. Like I'm just not that interested in it. I'm just not that interested in like I just want the real football, man. I just want the real. Just give me the real stuff. We got Toronto Dave the Mandem in here. What's going on? You said I know you try not to, but you roasting other teams' draft is hilarious. That guy last time drafted unstacked Jordan Love. Yeah, I mean people really hate when I do that, but I can't help it sometimes. I agree, and it wasn't really to say, and I wish I sort of took some time to say one that don't go into a draft ever just like forcing double hero RB. Like you really just want to let the draft come to you. It should just be one of your couple of strategies that you can kind of audible to on the fly as things happen, and you find yourself through 2 rounds liking RBs the most on the board. You can take them, and then just how you should be thinking through the rest of the draft. And the other thing is, I don't necessarily think double hero RB is like the best strategy either. Like I would say double hero RB and hero RB are both very good this year. Would you do a hero RB and 3 wide receiver build? Yeah. 3 wide receiver league? Yeah, I would. You did a hound draft? I believe those are $10 to enter. Definitely check those out. If you're on like the lower end of budget wise, or you're just now getting into Underdog, of course, if you're new, promo code Ron on Underdog Fantasy get you a deposit match up to $100. But $10 to join on those is really sweet. Now, I think in a lot of times I would go Jacobs here. I don't love stacking Jacobs to Devontae Adams, but I think I'm going to do it anyways because I think there's a chance that Brees comes back to us, and if he doesn't, it's not a big deal either. I think this is also like a fun way to do double hero RB, where we talked about yesterday. I don't know why I'm coughing all over the place, dude. I think it's because I like ate chips earlier. But we talked yesterday about going Chase, JT, Jacobs. But I think another viable strategy is like you get like a falling Devontae Adams or like a falling CeeDee Lamb here, and you go running back, wide receiver, running back, Like you don't necessarily have to go running back in the first 2 rounds. I think that you can kind of get like an elite wide receiver too while you're at it, which I think is kind of a fun variation of it, especially with all these running backs falling like Jacobs and Brees. So this guy is just straight does not give a shit about your wide receivers, fellas. Yeah, Chubb at 104 was interesting too. Chubb at 104, and then we had Mahomes Hurts at the turn. And now all the running backs are going off the board. I'll take my 4th round Judy. I mean, Gibbs is interesting here, but like Judy in the 4th round has kind of been a little bit rare recently. I will say I like Judy this year, but a lot of these high stakes drafts like NFC and stuff, he's going in the 3rd round. I can't get there on Judy. I love Judy. Third round Judy is pretty damn steep, though, man. People are saying they love Devontae. Zach Wilson cooking tonight? I don't know. I talked about it on Twitter. Like, I just hope that he plays loose, man. Just play loose. Like, I just think it would be really good for him in the long term. Last year, he kind of like shelled up, and it makes sense because it was a playoff team. We were trying to win games, so he shelled up and was more game manager. But just be Jameis Winston. Go out there and just go crazy. Just throw. Just air it out. We'll take the good and the bad. Throw touchdowns and interceptions. At least be a entertaining and kind of high variance QB. Oof! You had to draft an unstacked Tannehill today. Bless your heart, brother. Hello from Germany. I love the international. I love the international guys. What's going on, brother? You said you tried out double hero RB earlier. Would you take Bijan over Kelsey? I think I answered this earlier, but in a redraft managed, I would. In best ball, I would take Kelsey though. So give me Kelsey in best ball, but if it's just like a home league, I would take Bijan there. We got Cole Bryan in here. What's going on? You upload any draft with Kelsey in the first round? I did not yesterday. But I probably will talk through a Kelsey draft for like hero RB or probably zero RB too. I think it makes sense. I think it makes the most sense in zero RB builds, Kelsey. Is this a Pitbull or BBM? This is a BBM. Just because I was talking about it earlier. I wanted to try one of the new formats. By the way, if any of you guys are like new to Underdog, make sure you check out. They have some cool new tournaments out. They have the Hound Dog here, which is $10 to enter, 100 entry max. That's pretty interesting. $50,000 the first place. I wonder. Already 10% full. Yeah, these are going to fill very quickly, man. I don't know why my whole computer shuts down when I try and click these on the screen. But $75, 10 entry max is also really interesting. But yeah, they dropped 2 new contests today. Make sure you check them out. All right, so let's get back to Best Ball Mania. I think we're making good time. 7:33. Our draft starts at 8. I think we're making good time, sort of. I can't really tell yet. We've been drafting for like 10 minutes here. All right, so we're on the clock. I've been coming. I really hate to say it, man. And I hope that feeling geeked takes him for me. Yeah, take Christian Kirk, man. I don't want him. And let's go Herbert to we'll go like Herbert to Eckler, and we can kind of build out from there. In this like 5th round, I don't really love taking I would take the Tyler Lockett in the 5th round if I had to, but because his ADP is in the 6th, I'm down to just kind of see if he gets there to me. And I'm not. I've sort of really soured on taking like Deontay, Godwin, Marquise Brown in the 5th round. These are not guys I want to take in the 5th round. I actually talked about today in a video I recorded that's going to be out tomorrow morning. But Tyler Lockett behind these 3 wide receivers makes no sense to me, just given like those guys are all on pretty awful offenses. Tyler Lockett hasn't finished outside the top 24 wide receivers in the last 5 seasons. So yeah, I don't understand when we talk about we're talking about Colt McCoy and like a hobbled Kyler, Kenny Pickett, who I don't really trust, and then Baker Mayfield versus like Tyler Lockett, who again has finished top 24 the last 5 years. Give me talking up a storm on Lockett, and I get sniped like that. Oh, that one stings. Let's go Evans. I can go 6th round Evans. I don't hate it. Is there anything here that actually, honestly, stack-wise, though? Stack-wise, Pittman makes more sense, and I do want to mix in a bit more Pittman. I think you could have made the case for Pitts there as well, but I do want to cool off a bit on Pitts. Like, Pitts is my most drafted player right now. I don't really need it to be that way. You said, Ron, talk me about the idea of Bijan 101 in a 2 RB, 2 wide receiver format. I just want to do that. It's just bad business. That's just not where he goes, Like, earliest I take Bijan is probably like 106. And I'm really high on him. 101 is pretty brutal, though. And especially if it's a home league, it sounds like it's a home league. You could just draft like Jefferson and then trade for Bijan plus, maybe, like Bijan and a piece. What else we got in here? Henry stack, really all the way down to 301. Yeah. I mean, and this is half PPR too, but it's just where he's been going in these rooms. I think Henry's been a tough one for me to grapple with because I'm usually never high on Henry. But like if we look, I hate to keep on pulling up my exposures, but Like, I think I've been drafting him a little bit this year. Yeah, 8.4%. So that's like I'm right on market with Derrick Henry where he goes. So that's strange. That has not been how that has worked the last few years for me. The last few years I've been a big Henry fader, but half PPR, he's going like the 301. I'll take him there. We got Brendan Kovar in here. You traded a first for Javonte last night. Am I a bot? Are you playing in Dynasty Leagues, Kovar? How'd you find yourself in Dynasty Leagues? But you're sort of a bot for that. I don't love trading future first for anything but like elite quarterbacks. But yeah, that's a tough one. Hello from North Korea. What else we got in here? What else we got? Sort of just skimming through stuff. Is stacking Kelsey and Mahomes any good in redraft home leagues? It is probably OP in redraft home leagues. Definitely something that you should do, especially in home leagues. If you can get Mahomes to fall to like the third, you can go Kelsey, player X, and then Mahomes. Like, you're crushing. You got the 109 in my 12-team home league, so I'll be watching this one. Okay, love to see it. You said one player keeper league. You can keep him his whole career if need be. Huh. I think I'd probably prefer Jefferson Chase, but I think just off the top of my head, I think he'd be my 103 in a format like that. But I assume Jefferson and Chase are being kept, so I think he probably would be the 101, Bijan. It's an interesting idea there. So Ron Man so inspirational. Yeah, I don't mind Pittman. I saw Norris and I saw Norris pumping him up today. I saw Matt Harmon and Josh Norris pumping him up today. And it's because I think there's some sort of stat where I think the quarterbacks that threw to Pittman in QB or the quarterbacks that threw to Pittman in 2021 are like out of the NFL, and the ones who threw it in 2022. Oh, give me Quentin Johnson stacked to Herbie there. I'm loving this start. Let me service the audio listeners real quick. But by the way, I have a podcast feed in the description. It's like Apple Music, Spotify, Google Play, like anywhere you can find podcasts. We're uploading podcasts now. That's in the description. So if you find yourself like, I wish I could listen to these, you can. But we go and I upload all streams and videos now to there. But we went Eckler at 109, Devontae Adams, Josh Jacobs, Jerry Jeudy, Justin Herbert, Michael Pittman, Quentin Johnson. So we actually have nothing but game 17 or week 17 stacks right now. We have Indy versus Las Vegas, and we have Chargers versus Denver. And that's like literally it. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I didn't really purposely do that, but it's interesting. It is interesting. So you don't have enough Henry. Firmly off wide receivers, whether it's Baker or Kyle Trask/Trash. Yeah, it is tough. I don't hate Evans where he goes, but he is starting to creep up. But it is tough. The QBs are pretty brutal there. You said change the stream from midnight at my time to 9:30 a.m. You do love to see that. Let's see what else is available here. Deshaun. I can't stop taking Rashad Bateman, man. Like 8th round Rashad Bateman until they say he's out week 1. He's going on my teams. Like he just is. That's just what it is. How are we making time wise? All right, we got 20 minutes. 20 minutes. I think we're going to cut it close, but I think we're going to be able to do it. I think we are. Just a heads up, we're doing this draft, and then we're doing an NFC high stakes draft with Jakob at 8 PM EST. So we're going to be cutting it close here. I'll be honest. We're going to be cutting it close. We'll see what happens. So if I have to like sort of finish it on the side, it's not a huge deal. We got Danny here. What's going on, brother? Dynasty League with friends. First in a 1 QB isn't as terrible. I'll give you that. You said you traded Akers and Deontay for a 24 first and a third. You said his team is bad. Took Ken Walker at the 112 in the startup. Good Lord. Akers and Deontay for a 24 first. Okay. I don't hate it. That was I figured that you were just calling Kyle Trask Kyle Trash. Pickens or Dotson in Dynasty? Probably Dotson as of now. I have Dotson a little bit higher, but it is close. But the issue I have with Dotson is I'm not sure what his upside looks like. I don't know what his upside looks like, but I guess you can say the undersized wide receiver has been looking a little bit better. It is tough. He's not somebody I'm really like buying in Dynasty, though. I think I have like 1 share of Dotson. You said home league. Who you got between Debo, DK, and Smith? I'll take Devonta Smith there, then Debo, then DK. Just barely Devonta Smith over Debo there. Like, they're all in the same tier for me as like early 3rd round picks. Especially in half PPR. You said him and talent-wise is like T. Higgins with the worst QB. I'll argue that with anyone. I think you're disrespecting T. Higgins a little bit, but it's not a terrible comp. Pittman's a weird guy to find like a comp for as well. It's like a big guy, good route runner in the intermediate areas. No, nothing really comes to mind. I was gonna say maybe Alshon Jeffrey. I feel like Alshon Jeffrey was a little bit more contested, a little bit more like a contested merchant than Pittman. I'm trying to make these picks fast here. Because we do have a NFC draft coming up. Let's see though. If Kamara gets to us at pick 90 is his ADP, and we can get him at 105. I mean, we've known the entire offseason that he's going to get hit with a suspension here. I mean, I think this pick in general probably has to be a running back. We don't have, like, there's no Chargers to stack to our Herbert. I'm not really setting anything up QB stack-wise. Like, Richardson would be cool, but I think he's gone. Yeah, I would have taken, if Richardson got to us, I would have taken him. So there goes Penny. Kamara's slipping because, like, the suspension's official, but, like, I'd argue, hasn't that kind of been baked in the entire time? Like, haven't we expected a Kamara suspension this entire time? I'm getting like 15 picks past his usual ADP. I'm going to take that pick. I'm going to take that. Why not? Crabtree is a great comp. Crabtree is a great comp. Love Bateman's value. Yeah, Bateman is silly where he goes right now. You said Bateman and Lamar stack killed me last year. Team had like 5 wins. Yeah, it wasn't great last year. I'll say that. Matt Harmon does no ball. Yeah, reception perception, I know he's been pretty good in. He's a talented wide receiver. I'll give you that. Like, I'm down to bet on Michael Pittman. It's just as much as I love Anthony Richardson, I really don't know what the passing numbers are going to look like this year. I really don't know. Shitty Larry Fitzgerald actually is kind of a great call. Like a big slot. Like, you could say like late career Larry Fitzgerald. Let's go another wide receiver here. Let's go Nico Collins. I've been taking a lot more of him recently as well. 10th round Nico Collins, I'm still pretty much fine with. And we took 2 running backs up top, so I don't really feel like, I think we can probably draft like I almost feel like with Kamara, like Eckler and Jacobs can kind of carry us through until Kamara gets back from suspension. So we'll probably, or I mean, now that I'm seeing Eckler as a bye week in week 5, probably 5 running backs here. Probably like a 2-5-8-3 build is what I'm thinking. I do want to start Everett, make sure I'm sort of mindful of that. But outside of Everett, I guess like Mayer makes sense for like the Las Vegas stuff. Cole, I love Jelani Woods. And then it really just comes down to like who our second quarterback is going to be. I don't think we have any other stacks. I mean, we have Russell Wilson lined up if we want it. We have Russell Wilson lined up if we want it, and that is pretty much it. And I guess CJ Stroud really late, if that's your if that's your cup of tea. Which actually, I've been drafting a little bit of CJ Stroud. I don't mind either of the rookie quarterbacks, to be honest. Let's just get that ordered. Make sure I don't get screwed over by the auto pick. All right. What did we miss while that was happening? We took Nico Collins and Lazard, Charbonnet, Dak Prescott, Dolchich go off the board. Dolchich would have been a fun tight end to take there. Dolchich might have been the pick over Nico. But I think, was that even like Dolchich's ADP? Took him 10 picks past ADP. Okay. I don't feel as bad about it, but yeah, Dolchich would have been a good pick. Would have been on the other side of that Chargers game. Ron, what do you make of the James Cook comments from his coaches? Big role coming. I've only seen the what am I trying to say? I only see the Josh Allen comments, which I'm sort of skeptical of. Like, teammates are going to gas up their teammates, you know? This is a pretty absurd Bryce Young pick here. That's pretty crazy. I think that his ADP is like 170. And this guy, yeah. So BBMs right now, like I'm telling you that I think this is like the best time to draft right now. Like, look at this ADP of 178. This guy took him at 117. The guy's no badge. Look at him. Look at him and point and laugh. I'm just joking, but these rooms are as soft as ever. I mark it down right now. I know last year both of the BBM winners, the overall prize and the winner, were drafted in July. My bold prediction is this year's winner is drafted in August. I think this year's winner is drafted in August. I really do. These rooms, I've never seen anything like it. I think it's just because Underdog's been picking up so much steam and becoming so popular that you're getting really fresh faces in these rooms that don't give a damn about ADP, which is cool. Get your guy season, but over 150 drafts, I'm gonna respect ADP. I can get Bryce Young in another room. If you're taking Bryce Young at 117, you're gonna get him in 150 drafts. Just keep that in mind. You said you're seeing 2 to 6 games for Kamara's suspension. It's not like official, but it's pretty much said like suspension coming, if that makes sense. That's fair. That's fair. I forgot that you were kind of just saying that he was as good as T. Higgins. All right, so we're up on the board. I wish I paid a little bit more attention here. So 2583 is what we're gunning for. Let's go Damian Harris. I mean, he falls a little bit past ADP, and he's kind of a nice, just like steady running back for us. We could maybe call it there. I'm sort of tempted to call it there. I don't know yet. We'll see. I might stop at running back, maybe get like a tight end or something. I might get Russell Wilson as a second quarterback here, but I also don't love the idea of I also don't love the idea of what am I trying to say? 2 quarterbacks in the same game. Like Herbert and Wilson are in the same Week 17 game, but it does work out where we have a lot of Denver stack going on here and not really anything else that I'm that excited about. Like I don't really want CJ Stroud as our QB2. So if Russ gets here, we'll take him. Is pretty much what I'm trying to say. All right, so Russ gets here. We take him. We're done at quarterback. Presumably could be done at running back, but we'll see. I'm going to send an invite to Sanderson because I think I sort of forgot to. All right, so we're in the 12th round. We're making I don't know if we're going to finish in time. I don't know if we're going to finish in time. Just so everybody knows, we're having Jakob on here in a second to do a NFFC high stakes draft. That starts at 8 p.m. Eastern. So we have 11 minutes to finish up the rest of the draft. I got to stop. I keep draining the clock out. I just got to make quick picks. You said you have a weird fetish for Cam Akers. Is that valid? You went crazy at the end of the year once Henderson got cut. I don't hate Akers. I mean, where did he go in this draft? 6th round. Yeah, I mean, I'll take him in this range, like early 7th. If he gets there, I'll take him. Really just kind of comes down to like what Stafford looks like and everything. But yeah, there's really no reason that Akers doesn't end up with some good volume there. Not the sexiest pick in the world, though. I'll take DJ Moore over Deontay. I'll probably take Mayer in a. What do you mean, Mayer in a 3rd or Luke Musgrave? I would take Mayer in a 3rd. I'm kind of assuming you mean like Musgrave in a 3rd for Mayer, but I would take Mayer there too. You said you're excited for Zach Kunin, bro. Take a shower, Brock. Oh my god, take a shower, dude. Said you're thinking Gibbs, L. Jackson. Did I miss your question, Allie? My bad. What'd you say? You said Olave, Hurts, Calvin. Who should I draft at 302? What the hell? I don't know who. Oh, you're saying those are the players who are available. I would take at the 302 Olave there. I would take Olave there, I think. Am I doing another draft of this? Yeah, I'm doing an NFFC high stakes draft with Jacob here. It starts at 8, so we kind of got to get going here. We have, so what? It's 13th round. Okay, I think we'll be all right. Let's actually, this is going to be an instant Everett pick if these guys could both just chill out. Please let me just get Everett. Allow me this 1 W. All right, we get Everett. We'll make that pick mighty quick here. Let's get this quarterback out. I think that rhymed. All right. So we have our first tight end here. This might be a 4 tight end build. This might be a 2-4. This might be a 2-4-8-4. I'm thinking either 2-4-8-4 or 2-5-8-3. I'm curious what you guys think on that. What do we think? Any thoughts there? I'd love Mims if he's still around. Damn, he went. Days of Mims being in the 150s are long over at this point. What else we got? I think I'm going to probably, I might order some Chipotle, fellas. That might be the play. My mother has not made dinner today, sadly. And I survive and live off my mother's food. So how am I supposed to survive and function now? Debating Alec Pierce, but I'm not crazy about it. Debating Shaheed. We need tight ends pretty damn bad. I think we're going to go Alec Pierce. I don't like the tight end options. I don't really think we need one of these running backs. Like, I'm down to take a running back in a little bit if it feels like the play. But let's just go Pierce. Kind of feeds into we're sort of building out like a pretty huge Vegas versus Indiana game 17 stack, which I'm more than fine with. Like we saw Karain do that with like 18. What did he have? Like Bills Dolphins. Super chat from Evan D'Andrea, but there's nothing that you said here, huh? I'm assuming you're going to say something in a second. I'm not sure. I am not sure. But what else we got? So I don't think Amon-Ra St. Brown would be there at 205. Would you take him at 108? I would not. I would probably still take 108's tricky, but I imagine Bijan. At 108, I'm taking one of Bijan, Eckler, Kelsey, or Diggs. Those are the 4 for me. You said Ronnie always providing super value. Also, I appreciate the Rising hitting me with the Ronnie with the IE. Something that's pretty that I don't care about. Because it is funny. I'm curious what you guys' thoughts on this are. I don't care about it. Because like Ronnie's not on my birth certificate. You know what I mean? So it's not like you can't really misspell a nickname. But I will say, when I was a little kid, I went by Ronnie. I probably stopped going by Ronnie once I was in like 3rd grade, 4th grade. I still don't care if people call me Ronnie, but I did always spell it with an IE. But I've sort of since learned that that's how like girls spell it. I don't know. So if you call me Ronnie, the preferred spelling is IE. But again, I don't really care. It's just something that I don't know. I guess I should share. Which again, it's funny because it's just it's a nickname. You know, it's not like you can spell a nickname wrong. But when I was a little kid, I would spell it with IE. Did you guys have phases with your name too? Like, did you guys go by something as a little kid, but now you don't? But as a little kid, I went by Ronnie. Maybe I should have kept Ronnie. Maybe it was a mistake going to Ron. I really couldn't pinpoint the space and time that I decided, you know what, I am no longer Ronnie, I am Ron. But Ronnie is kind of cool. Ronnie Coleman, Ronnie Brown. I mean, I can't think of a white Ronnie, if I'm being honest with you guys. Ronnie from the Jersey Shore, but I always hated that comparison. He's like the worst one on the show. We got Evan here, got the 105 12 team happy PR. Want to take Bijan? Is that nuts? Honestly, no. I appreciate the super chat regardless. Right? You don't have to apologize for the super chat. I appreciate it. But 105 Bijan and a half PPR, and if you don't really love Cup, I don't hate it. I think you can get away with it, but I don't love it. All right, so we're about to be back in here. I don't like Stafford's falling like crazy, but we don't have any Rams or anything for me to really take that seriously. Philly, Washington, we have Buffalo. Should we take what are some tight ends that make sense for us right now? We have Jelani Woods makes sense, Mayer makes sense. Let's take Knox. We got to start worrying about tight ends here. Denver Chargers. We can take Palmer as one of these last picks if we want to as well. So let's go Knox. I got to stop draining the clock here too. All right, that was dumb. What do we got? 757. Wow. Okay. So we're gonna make one more pick, and then I am going to. Thankfully we have the 101, so we're just gonna take Jefferson, and then we're gonna have some leeway there. Yes, that's actually not gonna be a big deal. We'll take Jefferson 101, and then we'll be all right. Juwan Johnson, Campbell, Shakir, Thornton, Gesicki, James, Renfro. Let's go with an unstacked Tyquan Thornton is what I've decided there. We're going to go 4 tight ends here. We're going to go 4 tight ends. Tyquan Thornton gives us like some of that New England Buffalo game stack action. I don't really love Tyquan Thornton, but he was on the winning team last year. All right, so let's get the NFFC pulled up. Jacob said that he is finishing up a stream right now, which isn't a huge deal because we have the 101. We already know what we're doing there. Just a matter of getting on the clock and actually just using that pick. So I'm going to get that pulled up on the hopper, if you will. We'll get that figured out in a moment. Also, you said thoughts on Gibbs as my RB1 at 212, 3-1, too early. Yeah, I wouldn't draft Gibbs until the 3-4 turn. Also, don't make me feel guilty, fellas. We're going to be in a high-stakes draft. I appreciate the donations, but I probably, like when we're streaming with Jacob, I don't know if I'm going to have time to get to any super chats. So just a heads up. I hate for you guys to spend money and then I don't get to you. So let's do, we're 10 picks away here. My bad. I got to show the draft board for you guys. That's my bad. All right. So we have the draft room, and then we are going to have the draft board up for you guys. All right. Perfect. Now we're ready to go. Now we are ready to go here. 117 in the chat right now in terms of live viewers. Make sure you leave a like on the video. That's honestly a pretty sweet number. I appreciate you guys coming out here to watch me, draft a BPM. We're going to have Jacob on in a second. A lot of good stuff coming on the docket for tonight. Hope you guys are excited. This is now our 4th high-stakes draft. The goal is to get to like 12 to 15. So I think we're keeping decent pace. It's not like I can do like 40 of these in a given night or whatever. Or you get what I'm trying to say. People are asking how the team looks. We went Eckler, Devontae Adams, Josh Jacobs, Judy, Justin Herbert, Pittman, Quentin Johnson, Rashad Bateman, Alvin Kamara, Nico Collins, Damian Harris, Russell Wilson, Gerald Everett, Alec Pierce, Dawson Knox, Tyquan Thornton. So we have some like Buffalo, New England going on. We have some like Raiders stuff going on. I think these last 2 picks are going to be, I think we're going 4 tight end build, fellas. I think we're going to go 4 tight end build. All right, so we're on the clock here. 41 seconds left. Taking Jefferson in the NFFC here. All right, Jefferson off the board 101. We're going to make these 2 picks at the turn, and then we're going to switch over to the NFFC. But just know, at the 101, we just took Jefferson in a backup screen. Now, we are going to take Juwan Johnson way past ADP here. We have Kamara, so we have some like Saints correlation. So why not? I don't really like Juwan Johnson at this point. He kind of scares me. I'm actually going to take a one off Tyler Conklin. I just think he's a better pick. And then in a perfect world, we take Michael Mayer here. Now, let's all right. Let's make this pick first, actually. We'll make this pick, and then I'll show you guys the NFFC draft board. But we just took Jefferson 101. Jamar Chase went, then Tyreek Hill. We're now at the 104. We're doing a lot of multitasking here. I'll tell you that. We cut it super close with this BBM here. But I think it's going to all work out in the end. I don't know why I can't see. All right. Cup goes to the 107. Wow, Bijan at 104, huh? So I guess Bijan's going to be a guy who's going to really steam up these high stakes draft. Now, again, we're going to take Michael Mayer here. Oh, my God, and Mayer goes. So we'll take Jelani Woods here. Please chill. Okay, we'll take Jelani Woods here. Boom. That is the draft here. We go 2-4-8-4. Kind of a weird build, but I think it just kind of worked. We got Eckler, Jacobs, Kamara. Kamara comes back. He should be pretty nice. We have Damian Harris to kind of anchor things in. We have some Buffalo, New England going on. We have Devontae Adams, Judy Pittman, Quentin Johnson, Rashad Bateman, Nico Collins, Alec Pierce, Tyquan Thornton. And then our 4 tight ends are not pretty, but they are Gerald Everett, Dawson Knox, Tyler Conklin, Jelani Woods. Now, that was a BBM. Of course, if you're new to Underdog Fantasy, make sure you check it out. It is promo code RON. The link is in the description, and the link is in the comment section down below, in the live chat pinned up at the top as well. You can hop in there, and you can draft teams as well. Now, let's just make sure that this is a little bit bigger. We're going to just make this as big as possible, I think. Yeah, we'll just make it as big as possible here. I think that should work. Let me know if that's like too small, if you guys can see it. All right, so boom. Save as new layout. Let's also zoom in. Can you guys see that all right? Let me make this full screen on my... I think you guys can see that all right. No? Or wait. This is the one. Okay. I think you guys can see that. That should do it, right? That should be all right. All right. So there's that. We're in this NFFC league. This is, for everybody that knows, this is full PPR. 6-point passing TD. This is a redraft managed league. So I'm setting lineups. I am not making trades. It is 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, a tight end, a flex spot, a kicker, a defense, 10 bench spots, and it's 3rd round reversal. So keep all of that in mind. $350 to enter. It's a tournament setup. This is pretty much like the closest you're going to get to a home league environment. Travis Kelce at the 111 is pretty crazy. I love this draft room right now. Everything is pretty much everyone's sort of just saying screw your ADP and sort of making their own picks, which is kind of the perfect draft room I like to be in. So this should be fun. Jacob should be here any second now. I'm going to pull up ADP on my second screen. I'm curious. Can you guys see the draft board all right? Should I zoom in more? Should I like figure something out? Can you see it all right? Danny, how's the screen look? I don't know if any of you guys are on mobile, let me know how the screen looks. But it should be decent. Should be okay. It's not the prettiest of all time, but it should be okay. People are saying, okay, it looks good to me. All right, perfect. All right, now let me pull up this past week of ADP. We have Jalen Hurts going at the 201. Or A.J. Brown to Jalen Hurts is kind of interesting there. That is kind of interesting. I'll give him that. So we'll go here. Somebody's watching on the TV. That's great. All right, so we have ADP pulled up. We have my rankings pulled up. We are off to the races here. Now, I hope Jacob gets here in time. I think he will. I have faith in him. But cutting it close, I'd say. So McCaffrey's gone. Bijan's gone. I'm just sort of checking things off here. I'm not saying Brown's gone. G-Dub off the board. Saquon off the board. Jalen Hurts a little bit early there. Oh, we got Jacob in here.
Hey, we managed to Justin Jefferson managed to follow us at 101.
Yep, we got the steal of the draft right there.
Sorry, this has been a kind of a nutso day. I did the Dynasty mailbag with Pat and Davis this afternoon. Then I had to run across town for an appointment. Got stuck in got stuck in rush hour coming back. I had promised Mike Zoltan 45 minutes for his Dynasty podcast tonight on the Jaguars and Colts. He was already nice enough to shift it around so I could do this. And then so did a hard 45 with him, popping onto this, and we'll draft as many rounds as I can, and then I'm hopping over to Best Ball After Dark with Pete. So the 5-show day is really rolling. And then I got to do Sweat and Bullets after that with Drew. So it's
after Best Ball After Dark, you're doing Sweat and Bullets.
It's true. Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, my After Dark was like 2 hours if we were drinking. So,
well, I told Drew that it would be luckily I'm West Coast and he's West Coast. So
I forgot that you are. So it's not a huge deal. I got done at like 11:30 my time.
The lies of Best Ball After Dark will reveal themselves when it's entirely light in my apartment at 6 p.m. Pacific time. But I told Drew that we'd be starting no earlier than at least 7:30 p.m. I have the Maker's Mark ready to rock. So, in fact, we don't even. So we pick at the 212, but then we don't pick again at the 312, right? That's how this works.
Yeah.
Sweet.
We've had guys. People do not care about ADP in this room. We had Bijan at 104. We had Amon-Ra St. Brown at 7. Kelsey fell to 11. This guy went Brown Hurts, which is like kind of interesting, but
it's bad. Why would I mean that defeats the whole point of the third
probably comes
round
back
reversal.
Around. Yeah.
Well, you'd think. Yeah. I was in the NFC. I've done 2 of the 34-round $150 best ball shots so far. And the first time I picked at the 112, and I picked A.J. Brown and Garrett Wilson, and I was hoping that Jalen Hurts would follow me at 301, and he went the pick before, which was really depressing. But
quarterback, I've seen quarterbacks fly. I've seen all 3 of the big 3 go before like this 4 spot, but this room seems to be doing its own thing, I guess. We have a couple of double hero RB guys going here, but they'll probably chase running backs into the dead zone.
Yeah.
So it's looking.
That's kind of what I did last night. Last night I did the 150, and I started out pissing. I started Diggs, Adams, Higgins. And then we breathed life into the dead zone for sure. We took ETN in the 4th. We took frick. Now I'm starting to blank. We took Swift, ETN in the 4th, Swift in the 7th, Rashad White in the 8th, Montgomery in the 9th, Dalvin in the 10th.
It's not bad. And you were sort of talking through best ball too, where it's like a little bit different in that format, where you don't quite want like through the flex and then like overkill on top of that, if that makes sense.
Well, and also like the late round picks at wide receiver in a 34-round draft are more interesting than the running back picks. Like you can still get like Noah Browns and Justin Watsons and Demarcus Robinsons really late, where it's like they might get in your lineup once or twice.
What the hell? Yeah, this is tough now. We're in a tough spot. I'm gonna be honest here.
So Najee Harris, right?
Never Najee Harris.
This is like legitimately flummoxing.
The 2 names I have are T. Higgins and Andrews, but I don't love either.
Not feeling like having a tea time here. You can talk me into Mark Andrews. I think this is ridiculous amounts, but to be clear, this is not a tight end premium league, right? We're not on FFC. Yeah, I think like there's tons of RBs, but I don't know that I feel any special about any of them. Guess I'd probably lean Andrews, but
not a fan of T.
Not against T. I mean, I took T at the 303 just yesterday, but
let's take T because I think Andrews could he's a guy that could come back in this room.
All right.
Not that I'm gonna guarantee that he gets back.
Didn't we have a $350 share of T Higgins last year, and he like cost us the chance to advance because he kept being fake active every week.
So dirty.
He single-handedly ruined that team. Like he buried us in a hole because the whole first half of the season he just kept doing like this bit where we would need 12 points from him, and then he would be active, and then he would not play, and that was really frustrating. And then I think we went on like an absolute run to close
because we got Christian Watson and Garrett Wilson. They popped down the stretch for us.
Didn't help us though.
People in the chat wanted us to go Allen or Mahomes there. I think
that you can make a better case for Mahomes probably. Allen without Diggs and managed is tough. Like I don't mind naked Allen in best ball because I'll take Gabe in best ball. I'll take Knox in best ball. I'm Kincaid curious if he's stacked, but I'm not taking any of these dudes in managed, or at least not with the intention of starting them. So Mahomes, sure, because you can do Mahomes plus, many of his wide receivers you want.
Sky, Tony.
But
I mean, his ADP Mahomes is like 16 in this format, so it would have been interesting. But I think he's probably just pushed up because of Kelsey or whatever. Kelsey team played that well.
I see ourselves. I see the future, and the future is us waiting on the guy at the 2 and being equally happy if a running back falls or Burrow falls, and we set ourselves up with that future with the Higgins pick.
I also know you like Judy this year, but I like Judy too, but he goes third round in every single one of these. I can't take him third. I can take fourth round Judy. I can take early fourth, but middle of the third Judy is pretty crazy.
No, we're not doing that. That's bad. That's silliness.
Yeah.
I mean, like total silliness.
I hate that I'm now the guy that's like talking up running backs. Like I can't do Judy over the running backs on the board. I can't.
It's true.
And I like Judy.
No, I wouldn't even take Judy over like Etienne. And I mean, we're not even considering Etienne at this rate.
We're gonna have a lot of running backs.
Yeah, I think like our best case scenario, in my opinion, is one running back and Joe Burrow. Like I know this seems early for Burrow, but in this format, like with how juiced up passing yardage is, Burrow seems pretty sexy stacked with Higgins to me.
Yeah, he goes 402 in the last week, Burrow, in this format. So I'd be fine with that.
I mean, and I'm also totally fine if the Chase guy takes him, because then that probably pushes a running back to us that we want.
Yeah, we have Jacob's ADP right now is mid-4th. Etienne's Breece Hall is going at the 502 in these right now.
That's ridiculous.
We're talking about like a 20 draft sample of like the last week.
Take Amari Cooper, you robust little fucker. Do it.
Chubb, he goes Chubb Amari.
You want Amari Cooper. That man served in World War II. Like Bijan Robinson, Nick Chubb, Amari Cooper. Like I salute you for your service on the beaches of Normandy, Team 4.
Badistani.
Well, maybe you served on the
might have been on the bad side.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we're golden, dude. Okay, I don't even know if you want to click Burrow at this point because there's so many running backs. I hope this guy takes Burrow like a little bit, just so that
there's so many running backs available here. I couldn't even tell you who the 2 would be.
I'm like swimming through a field of running backs. Brock asked,
goes Keenan Allen.
God. Okay. So I think, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Jacobs, Breece, Ramondre, Gibbs. I'm like thrilled with any of them. I don't know. You pick one. I pick one.
I think one of these. Jesus. I think one of these has to be Ramondre for me. I don't know.
I'm fine with that.
Like I think in a vacuum I go Jacobs Ramondre here, but I would be cool with whatever.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm like kind of annoyed because I really wanted to click Jahmyr Gibbs tonight, but I don't know if I can actually justify it. Fine. Yeah, Ramondre Jacobs, I guess. Wow,
it's just what it has to be.
I feel like sicky. I feel like absolutely sick passing on a 401 Gibbs and a 401 Hall, but I would feel equally sick passing on a 401 Jacobs or Ramondre.
Yeah.
These people are outrageous. I guess the people on the end, maybe their thought process is like, I only want one running back, so I'm going to take the receiver first because one of them has to fall to me. But I don't know. Why do you only want one running back? Like, especially, okay, maybe the 2-hole, right? Maybe the 2-hole looks at it and it's like, I don't want to start Chase, Henry, Stevenson, Hall or something, right?
But he wants to start Najee.
That's a choice.
But he wants to go Najee.
That's a choice. That's a fucking choice.
Yeah, man.
Who needs?
Dude, I saw a guy. I saw a guy in my last one of these, and we were dying with the chat.
No stack, no Gibbs. Just
Someone
give me
took
that sweet Najee Harris. My goodness.
someone took Jordan Love over Geno Smith, and he already had DK Metcalf, and he had not a single Packer on his team.
People are animals, man. Absolute animals.
I will say I got so excited with the running backs. Burrow could have been in consideration there, but it seemed like to you those running backs, like Burrow was under consideration if these guys were gone. It felt like
if these goofballs didn't take all these stupid wide receivers in round 3, I would have been pumped with like Burrow and any of those 4 running backs. But yeah, I think with Stevenson, Jacobs, Gibbs, and Hall still available, I don't think you can turn that down.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the thing is with this format, I wouldn't even be opposed to doing like a late Kirk Cousins and a late somebody else, right? Like that's workable.
It's very viable.
There was someone in the chat asked, what's the point of stacking this format? And yeah, I mean, the logic of stacks this format is it helps you season long. First off, like you want to we're still in a tournament, right? If we're still in a tournament, we want high end season long outcomes. And I'm not crazy. There's a sprint in this, right? At the end, like this, there's still a shootout in this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So if you're
it's like an overall scoring of the last 3 weeks.
Right.
Plus
so I mean, if you
average.
Yeah. So if you're trying to hit the highest overall scoring in the last 3 weeks, like you probably need to have, you don't need to have a stack, but it's certainly very beneficial for you to have a stack. Man, if this team 9 that started Lamb, Adams, Metcalf winds up with Breece Hall, I'm going to be a little scared. I guess this team 7 too. Like if this team 7 starts,
he goes unstack Burrow. You can go.
I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, that plays. There goes Breece.
Wow. Okay, Breece Hall. Well,
so Breece goes
I'm like more okay with Breece Hall going to the robust running back team. I mean, that's still a great pick. Like I don't fault them for that pick. I would have made the exact same one, but I don't know that it's going to probably be a really good team, but I don't know that they're going to get like quite as much of a benefit out of the upside of a late 4th Breece Hall that like the next team would have gotten.
I'm trying to figure out where I would have gone differently there.
If team 9 or team 10 from 8, I probably would have taken Jalen Waddle.
Waddle over JT. Yeah, I probably would have gone Pollard though. I'd probably go Pollard over Waddle.
I would have taken Jalen Waddle.
Huh.
Because I would have taken Jalen Waddle because you're getting a running back you love in the 3rd. Right?
Yeah,
like I would have taken Waddle, not taking Deebo Samuel. I'm taking Waddle, and then I'm taking probably Jacobs.
Yeah.
And then
it's crazy. I don't know what it is about this format, but they're very scared off of Jacobs. Jacobs has a lower ADP than Gibbs and Najee in this format.
I will answer Owen's question. First of all, it's Jacob. Come on, bro. Jeez. But yes, it's really just a matter of who you prefer. Harrigan, if you like clicking Gabe Davis and Kincaid in this format, then by all means. For me, it's just a matter of like I think Gabe Davis is really like a best ball only pick for me. It doesn't have the target share for me to be really interested in making him a part of my wide receiver room in a managed league. I don't think he has a high seasonal upside. And Kincaid is not in my top 12 tight ends. Neither is Knox. So odds are I'm taking them as a tight end too. And I just don't like Kincaid's price at all. So I'm probably not drafting him. But with the Chiefs, they have several wide receivers that I want to draft anyways. I'm very interested in drafting Sky at his cost. I'm very interested in drafting Rice at his cost. And I'm very interested in drafting Richie James, quite frankly, at his cost. And each of those I'm interested in doing in a managed league, especially Sky and Rice. I think there you're buying an asset with no floor, but that you can talk yourself into as an every week start if the ceiling really hits. So to me, that's where I want to be betting on Mahomes is that if I'm taking a quarterback in the first couple of rounds, maybe not with Lamar Jackson, I don't need him stacked, but any of the others, I want a stacking partner.
I don't hate the idea. I will say I don't hate the idea of Gabe Davis and managed if I at the right price. If he's going and if I already have Josh Allen, he goes at a 7-8 turn. I don't hate him there.
Yeah. I would just rather take any of the top 3 rookies. Rather take Burks.
Yeah. Yeah, Burks is
Better
there.
take Elijah Moore.
Dotson. But I don't know. I feel like I could be talked into it with Allen, where if it's like Gabe is like one of my options as a flex.
If I already had Allen, then I would take Gabe.
But you don't want to be forced into taking Gabe, pretty much.
But I don't want to like I don't know. It's more of a thing of like if Allen Feldman, if I was picking at the 3-7 or something, and Josh Allen like really fell to me, I'd be like, all right, sure, I'm taking Allen on a discount, and now I'll take Gabe at his cost. But I don't really want to take like Allen at his cost, so that I have to take Gabe at his cost, where I'm like, I'm kind of forcing myself to defer a player I like more just to take Gabe. I'll do that if I feel like I'm getting a real benefit to Josh Allen. But like, I realistically, like if your team is contending for the championship in this league, I don't think Gabe Davis is in your starting lineup. So I think you're probably like holding Gabe Davis all year and like unleashing him in the sprint. Probably like what you're doing, where it's like, okay, I need this really high ceiling outcome. I'll play him with Josh Allen if I'm a little bit behind.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Hard for me to imagine where you have like the not managed lineup and Gabe Davis is in your flex in PPR. Wow. I feel great. I got DeAndre Swift. I got DeAndre Swift in the 7th last night, and I'm feeling pretty good about that. Now we got Elliott Shore Parks.
RBs are coming right off the board here.
Well, yeah, that makes us feel good about our double tap turn, hey?
Would have been fun if Fields made it back, but
I think Fields sucks in this format.
Even at like 512 though?
Yeah, that would have been an argument. I'm glad we avoided it. He's like gonna get outscored by Dak Prescott in this format.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of a Fields bear. I just kind of think he's bad at the game.
You think he's bad at the game?
Well, that would be the evidence in 2 years so far. I get it.
I like Fields.
Oh man. Yeah,
maybe I haven't drafted him in a managed yet. I haven't drafted him, but I'm also in like 6-point passing team. I'm never really drafting him. But
tough format.
In the home, it's actually you make a good point. Underdog, I'm taking a ton of him, but in managed leagues, if I have to like take him in like the 4th, 5th round, it does get pretty tough to swallow. But he is somebody I do want to bet on.
Brock, it is indeed 4-point passing touch or 6-point pass touchdown, and it is 0.5 or 0.05 per passing yard. So 100 passing yards gets you 5 points instead of 4 points in like.
I forgot that little quirk.
So it's definitely, the system is weighted versus Underdog. Your pocket quarterbacks are getting a fairly material boost versus the rushing quarterbacks based on their passing yardage counts more, and then your passing touchdowns count more.
Can't say. Things are getting pretty thin.
There's some receivers I'm pretty interested in here.
Yeah, I see a couple. It's tight ends. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough playing the ADP game in here. Do you have guys like Quentin Johnson going after Sky Moore in like the 8th round? Not that I was thinking about Quentin Johnson the 5-6 turn, but just there's guys that I'm comfortable taking at the 601 that could theoretically make it back.
Yeah, but there's some guys that there's one guy I'd be pounding the table for right now if we can get him at 512, but I don't know. You probably don't.
I think we're on the same page.
I'm the only person.
There's one guy. It wasn't Godwin. I'd say okay. So there goes Kittle.
I've never wanted big Mike Williams more in my entire life.
Yeah, Mike Williams is the guy that I had in mind too.
Okay. But let's wind it down because we got to figure out the other pick. So just leave him at the top of the queue and let's talk to the other pick. I don't like Kenneth Walker, but I think it's a reasonable place for him. But I would also be very open to taking Lockett. I'm also fine with JSN, but I do think he's like a little bit live to make it back to us.
I agree. I think Williams Lockett is probably the direction I'd go to.
I'm also fine with Pitts.
Let's.
I could pretty. I mean, we're gonna be late quarterback probably. So I might make the case for Pitts over Lockett, just in that I think we're probably going late QB. I think we're probably going to get 2 wide receivers we like. Probably going to get at least 1 wide receiver we like the next turn, and a running back we like the next turn. Either 1 and 1.
Does anything change for you in the fact that Waller goes 5'12", Pitts goes 6'11"? I think Pitts still probably.
I'm fine with Waller too, but I just prefer Pitts.
I probably prefer Pitts as well.
Coming back. I don't think either's coming back, so I think we just take the one we want more if we're taking a second.
I probably like that call as well. Yeah, let's do Pitts. Why not?
Because I think we're going to get like one of Addison or QJ or JSN, maybe Dawson.
Yeah, we are.
All right,
we're gonna get 2 wide receivers back that will like. Yeah. This is my first Pitts in a managed too.
I always just think you're a little bit like you're trying to draft the perfect team. I think you probably want to attack. Like if we're assuming that our running back and wide receiver picks are good, then I think you kind of want to attack like either an early quarterback or an early tight end.
I agree. And we sort of got to a spot here where there's no more early QBs that are worth taking in the 6th.
No, I mean, maybe we should have taken Waller just to give ourselves then we could have done Cousins plus Daniel Jones, but that's fine. We can do.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Cousins is probably a member of this team. And then we probably do a 2 quarterback. That's what I'm thinking. We do Cousins plus, either Geno or.
Yeah, exactly. You'd be surprised. Geno, I got him 15th round last time.
Well, that's the fun thing. It's once everybody else is a quarterback, you can get them really late. We might be able to get Cousins plus. Say JSN makes it all the way back to us. We could do a Cousins Geno platoon. They both fit the format well, and they go crazy late. We could do a late Stafford too.
Yeah. Could do any interest in Russell Wilson or Rodgers in a format like this? Not that we have stacks set up for them, but they're sort of interesting.
Yeah.
If Richardson's there,
we'll see
the
if
14th,
a stack avails itself.
I mean, Richardson would really be a no-go if he's there, dude. If he's there,
not I don't think he's undraftable. I don't think he's undraftable, but I don't think that he in Underdog. I rank this kind of tier Dak 1, Richardson 2, Jones 3, Geno 4, Cousins 5. But in this format, I would probably go Dak 1, Geno 2, Cousins 3, Jones 4, then maybe Rodgers, then Richardson.
Yeah. Richardson, it's tough for me to wrap my head around what 6-point passing TD does to Richardson. I wish I could just filter, I guess, his projection through there. Also, Rashad White and Miles Sanders over Kenneth Walker is egregious.
I mean, I would argue I don't actually have a very good projection on Richardson to begin with. We're just talking projection. My projections are in 4-point passing touchdowns. I have him at 17.8. I have Rodgers at 17.6. I have Geno. I'm almost sure I have Geno projected above him. Yeah, I have Geno at 18.7. I have Cousins at 18.9. I already have Richardson projected below those guys. I think taking him in any format, I'm willing to take him but above his projection because you're just buying into he has out to areas of a range of outcomes that these other guys don't. But I think pure projection, he's already behind a Cousins and a Geno in 4-point. I think he falls behind enough to a point in this format, and quarterback scoring is such a premium in this format where there's a chance that he's kind of killing you.
Dude, I got bailed out that Geno Smith was streamable last year. I had I'm lucky I learned my lesson in this format, dude. But I had one team that was naked Trey Lance, which was really tough.
Right.
But I mean, thankfully,
I'm fine with Richardson as part of a 2 QB. If we did Cousins and Richardson both late, that's totally fine with me.
But
we'll have plenty of options to choose from. I think we can push it on both quarterbacks. We can be the 12th team to select a quarterback in this room. The Hawkinson manager took Hurts, so I don't think that they're any threat to take Kirk Cousins from us. And
JSN went.
Ideally, we are the Addison drafter, and then we just build up the double stack, and then the only other person with a Viking has Jalen Hurts. So,
but I like these like. I'm down to push it. I think you should push it, but it is funny in these rooms. People are so unpredictable that like you'd expect them to operate in a sane and reasonable way, and they just don't. It's pretty crazy.
I mean, I would rather push it and face the potential downside risk of having like an unstacked quarterback than be like taking Cousins too early. And then 6 rounds later, you're like, Rodgers is still on the board.
Yeah, I agree. Like you can just figure it out later, I guess. But yeah, everyone. I think you mentioned it too. But everybody not in this little like 3-person group has a quarterback on the other side of the board.
Yeah.
There's also a running back you're definitely eyeing up that it's pretty egregious. All of these guys are going over him, but
yeah. I mean, certainly not a format fit, but fuck.
There's a chance he makes it back to us.
I think there's a very legitimate chance. Yeah, I'm gonna start putting in some WRs in the queue too. I can start to see the end of the wide receiver window.
Yeah.
There are some hilarious ADPs in here. The wide receiver position.
Yeah, it's crazy. They don't do like everyday updates like Underdog. They just have like cumulative ADP since January that just like is an average of all of them.
Yeah.
Like I've seen Dalvin Cook go like in the top 3 rounds in this format.
Wow, that's a choice that somebody can make for sure.
Yeah.
I mean I was forced to draft Dalvin Cook. I mean, look, you can't argue with this. Some people were messaging me. They were like, "You took Dalvin Cook, LOL," after all the mean things you said about Dalvin Cook. Look, it's like Dalvin Cook 118th overall. Okay, you're allowed to take Dalvin Cook when Brian Robinson's off the board. That's my rule.
Oh, you're very much. I in these slow drafts, man. Like Dalvin Cook is on the board, and I've it's like 10 picks past ADP.
Alvin Kamara in the 7th. That is
Alvin Kamara in the 7th, baby.
That's a choice. I guess he's better in managed, but I wouldn't.
It's crazy. It's crazy how these drafts start because they start so sharp, man. It's like, man,
that guy.
These 3 wide receivers are sweet, and then like he takes 5th round Swift,
running back,
and then Madison, and then he takes 7th round Dalvin Cook. Like a lot of these guys start out really well, and then they shoot themselves in the foot. It happens a ton. Like Kelsey, Saquon Mahomes is kind of a sexy start if you start hammering wide receivers, but like, what are we doing taking Aaron Jones here? Like, we can't have Christian Kirk as wide receiver 1 and Pickens as wide receiver 2.
Starting Pickens. Yeah,
I can't be how that works.
I mean, I don't mind the team 12. Like, honestly, like, kind of could have made this work. The Ridley pick is a curious one, I think.
Yeah. So is the Hurts pick.
Okay.
You could have gone Hurts here.
Yeah, the Hurts pick is really what's killing that team, right? Like Hurts Ridley could have easily been Hurts Garrett Wilson.
Yep.
Because I kind of like everything he did after that, actually. Like I like Etienne, Hawkinson, it's fine. Evans, JSN, no complaints there. Team 10, mostly like, although pretty tough to be clicking Joe Mixon like immediately after Breece Hall. Although I guess
and over Etienne
that'll be not what I would do.
Dobbins.
But like that would have been.
He was very close to getting
incredible. Oh, I would have been over the moon. But that's okay. We just need to avoid the Addison thing here.
I had a 2-spot. I had a 2-spot on Tuesday where I got Dobbins right here.
Actually, there's like 3 guys I'd be pretty pumped with here.
I'd say I'm in a similar boat.
I think Addison makes a lot. Like I think Addison helps a lot because that almost guarantees us Kirk Cousins at like a really late price. So I
have
like
2 guys I really like here.
But there's
and he takes Addison.
Oh my god, that's a killer. So we're gonna get sniped on Cousins because he doesn't have a quarterback. That's annoying. Okay,
I like Marquise Brown here. I don't really like Marquise Brown,
yeah.
But 7-12 is ridiculous.
Well, Marquise Brown is good, especially if we're going late quarterback. Having like a late pocket quarterback, and then like by the time we have the sprint, ideally we have like a Kyler Marquise Brown pairing.
Yeah,
That's
that
pretty
works.
interesting. Oh, that Addison thing sucks. That's the worst guy to have.
Really
Addison.
not good.
We're 100% getting screwed out of Cousins now. To me, it's got to be Marquise and QJ, I guess. Right?
Yeah, I'm looking through. I mean,
Marquise at the 7-12 is pretty nuts.
Yeah, Marquis 712 is nuts.
I mean, I'll hear like I would hear arguments. QJ is probably the one I like best in a vacuum. I'd be fine with any of these other guys. We don't have stacking options on any of them really. Like QJ, Elijah Moore, Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, Traylon Burks is all like either Ryan Tannehill, who we're not drafting, or it's guys who are already all gone.
I keep ending up with Quentin Johnston, but I am pretty fine just taking him here.
Yeah. I don't see a better option. And
For me, it's pretty much him. Yeah, it's him, Elijah Moore, Traylon Burks, and I don't.
I'm pretty out on the Burks of those three. You could talk me into Elijah Moore, but I'm probably like QJ the most.
Yeah, let's go QJ. I think it's just the right play. All right.
Yeah. Like QJ. I don't even think QJ is like that much worse than Addison, but on this team, like,
yeah,
that would have just been so nice.
Just because Team 2 now has us boxed in.
Yeah, and I really do like Addison. I mean, I like
him too.
Thus far, I think I am. I think I'm 2 out of 3 in high stakes. I have 1 NFFC down, and then I have 2 $150 best balls down. This is number 4, so that would have pushed me to 3 out of 4 high stakes Addison shares.
Dude, my Quentin Johnson shares are getting pretty disgusting right now. I'm being honest.
Yeah, I guess
we're through 4 here. I imagine he might be on all 4. Let me see. Not on all 4, but he might be on 3 of them. But I don't really care.
Yeah.
Quentin Johnson's a guy. I'm prepared to be very overweight on him.
You have to be to take Cortland Sutton when Elijah Moore and Traylon Burks are. Like, you need to just. Wow, that's a castration level pick right there.
I'm curious. Do you feel any type of way about going Quentin Johnson and Mike Williams in a managed?
I think it's totally fine.
Yeah, I don't really care, but I think it's something that people would.
I think people. I mean, first of all,
because we were down to go Jefferson Addison, so of course I knew the answer to that question.
First of all, like, we're probably not starting one of them, right? Like, Jefferson and Higgins are in our lineup every single week, and come the sprint, the way our team is setting up is that our optimal lineup come the sprint probably involves Marquise Brown stacked with Kyler Murray, and then Jefferson and Higgins, and one of Williams or Johnston. So I think it's fine.
Yeah.
And anytime you're in these 3 wide receiver rooms, I'm pretty interested in taking 2 out of 3 and then saying, what if the other guy sucks or gets hurt, right? Like, if Keenan Allen gets injured, we now get double the benefit. I only wish we had Justin Herbert, but.
Yeah, that would have been sweet. Man, my first one of these, I got 5th round Herbert like here, and I passed on Mike Williams here for DJ Moore. Of course, I didn't know the future, but I do wish I went Williams here. But I did get like 7th round QJ to stack with Herbert. So
imagine clicking DJ Moore in the year of our Lord 2023.
Dude, I have your rankings. Your DJ Moore ranking is pretty high. It's pretty high.
I don't think it's above Mike Williams. If it is,
no, it's not. It's not. I think at one point it might have been.
Yeah, my pre-projections rankings, like, so I did a run of rankings that were my vibe-based rankings, and DJ Moore and Justin Fields were much more successful in the vibes-based rankings. My projections on the 2 of them,
your vibes-based model.
Look, and I knew that my projections were never going to live up to the initial rankings. Like, I'm not a moron. I knew that was going to happen, but it came out worse than I even could have dreamed. And then I had to move down. I had to capitulate. For what it's worth, these are my FFPC rankings, which are more or less the same as my NFFC rankings, give or take some tight end takes. I don't have them that far apart. I have Mike Williams ranked 46th overall, wide receiver 23, which pretty good deal on that. And then I have DJ Moore just 2 spots behind, wide receiver 25, 49th overall.
I think I got him similar spot. I might have him flip-flopped, though. I might have him flip-flopped really because... Or no, I don't. I actually have Williams ahead as well.
I have them in the same group. It's like to me, it's Amari Cooper, Mike
Same
Williams,
tier
and
for me
Christian
as well.
Kirk are all like kind of the same guy. Like they're all like guys. It's like they're gonna run routes. They're like on good offenses, but like they're not overly inspiring. And I have that clump just behind, like the Drake London, Christian Watson, true breakout candidates, and just ahead of DJ Moore, who I think DJ Moore to me is like a slightly more enticing version of like the Terry McLaurin, Chris Godwin.
I was shocked to see how low you have McLaurin right now. Like you have him firmly in that like Marquise Brown, Deontay Johnson area.
Yeah, he came out really badly
in
my projections.
Ahead of that.
Yeah, he was the guy that I moved down a lot after the projections were done. He came out like pretty pedestrianly. I mean, he runs like every single route, and his target share has never been that dominant. He's a guy that has tended to live in like the 23 to 25%, especially recently with Jahan Dotson. And if you look at his targets per route run, it's always like kind of good, not great. Obviously, I don't expect like a ton of passing efficiency there. I'm projecting Howell to start most of the year. I think that he's going to take off and run quite a bit. And I'm pretty optimistic on Jahan Dotson. So I kind of see that. I mean, I view them kind of similarly to Deontay and Pickens. But I like Dotson more than I like Pickens. So I kind of like, naturally, I kind of like McLaurin just a slight little bit less than I like Deontay. But I mean, they're the same tier for sure.
That is mighty low on McLaurin. I get what you're saying, though. He does, like, when I think through it in my head, he doesn't, like, I have him in my rankings right now as a tier ahead, and I think that's kind of where ADP is at right now, a tier ahead of that, like, Godwin, Deontay Johnson, Marquise Brown clump of just kind of, like, boring guys on bad offenses. McLaurin and DJ Moore are, like, strikingly similar to the, and I know you have DJ Moore as a tier ahead of those guys, but we just talk, like, through a profile lens, like they're sort of similar of just guys that, you know, get targets in bad offenses. I mean, one of the offenses, like when we talk through like Bucks, Pitts, like one of them, or Pittsburgh, one of them is going to probably outperform expectations. Like we're pretty bad at predicting the best offenses, but
I mean, I'm pretty low on Justin Fields, but I will acknowledge that I think he has like a much higher ceiling outcome as a passer than Pickett or Howell.
Yeah.
Or Baker, or Trask. I would be mildly surprised if Justin Fields is as good as like his fans think that he is as a passer, but I wouldn't be floored, right? Like he has the pedigree of being an elite passing prospect. I think it's quite plausible that he comes in this year and he's like, I'm that dude.
It's similar to ETN with me, with Fields, where this is it. He gets one more year to prove that he can do what he did in school, where ETN is catching passes, Fields it's being a competent, accurate throw of the football. And I'm willing to bet on that jump because it would be Hurts level smash. But I agree. It's an upside outcome. It's not, you can't pencil him in to take a leap.
No.
Brian Robinson there you go. This 9th round Brian Robinson's probably fine, but I just can't do it. And there goes A-Chain. I heard you were going to write about A-Chain recently.
Oh yeah. I've worked on him today. So I did last night, or this morning, depending on your time zone. The first part of the Hitchhiker's Guide off-season edition came out, which included deep dives at the Saints backfield and the Eagles backfield. And next up is the Dolphins and Bears. So I was writing about A-Chain kind of this afternoon in between shows. I'll probably get that out some point in time tomorrow. And I'm pretty excited about him. Definitely, like Brian Robinson versus A-Chain is definitely like a managed versus best ball thing. I'm pretty interested in Brian Robinson in half PPR best ball. It's like a slot occupier.
Yeah.
Not very interested in PPR managed formats. He just seems like a placeholder running back until a backup who catches passes enters your lineup instead.
No, I agree. I wrote a video I'm going to do that's coming out tomorrow. I talked about Devin A-Chain. It's just like I moved him up like probably a round and a half in my rankings, and it really just came down to like I'm done sitting around waiting for this Dalvin Cook signing to scare me off of a guy I really want to bet on. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that was kind of how I felt. I was just
draft him.
I I was just like, I'm going to be at the field. 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 And then eventually when Dalvin Cook signs somewhere else, I'm going to go like hard. But at this point, it's like, I think I just need to get some skin in the game, you know?
Yeah. Like Dalvin Cook's not going to sign for a while, so you might as well.
And I continue to think that the longer this drags on, the less likely it's to be Miami. Because I think that's where Dalvin Cook wanted to go, in my opinion. So I think if I think that if Dalvin, like if Miami was interested in signing him for anything close to what he wanted, I just think he would already be a Dolphin. So to me, the longer he waits, is like Miami was like, we'll give you $3 million. He was like,
I think he's also very delusional about what he is at this point in his career. It seems like he wants like 2 years, like 2 years fully guaranteed, and like a workhorse role. And it's like, buddy,
it's not coming.
That's not there. that's not available to you. But yeah, it doesn't it really? I mean, Crack Rock's been all over it, saying that like the Jets doesn't really seem like it's going to happen there. I always thought it was kind of puzzling to have the Jets do it, but we'll truly see. I don't know. Patriots, maybe. He's running out of spots. He should really just wait for someone to get hurt. That's what he should honestly do.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Wait for someone to get hurt.
Yeah.
Could go to like, there goes Tony. All right, so is this guy going to take? Now, if this guy doesn't take Kirk here, are you debating Kirk already?
No, I don't think so. No, there's still Dak on the board. There's still 2 on the board. I mean, there's like maybe we're not going to take those guys, but I want to be the 12th
receiver. I want insanely bad here.
Same.
Like insanely bad. He goes Tua.
Rashad Bateman. Okay,
oh yeah, great. Bateman. We're sprinting to get Bateman.
Well, don't draft him yet because let's give ourselves 2 minutes to talk to the pick. Yeah, to me it was Bateman and Tony, but we're not taking Tony anymore. I don't know. I'd be fine with like I honestly, man, I wish this was FFBC and it was half-point premium because like Freiermuth really stands out to me. Yeah, I'm fine with Muth. I'm fine with I guess Nico would be my next wide receiver, but that feels kind of meh. And I'd be fine with like Damian Harris, Elijah Mitchell, Samaje Perine.
Yeah. Any interest in Jameson Williams? Sets up Goff.
It's not the worst thing I've ever heard. It would really ruin my whole 0% vibe. But okay, draft Bateman.
So we're looking.
What are we set up? That's 5 wide receivers. I mean, I would just say that I think. I kind of like this tier. I like this tier of running back, and I think it's going to be done by the next time we pick.
I agree.
One of Kendre or Tank makes it back to us.
No,
but I'm not. These are kind of my least favorite.
Kendre or Tank probably make it back if I'm being honest.
Okay, because these are kind of my least favorite of this group of running backs. I think I would be Elijah Mitchell if I'm going running back. I mean, I'm okay with Jameson, I guess. Right? It's pretty late.
Yeah, I'm down.
I'll co-sign Elijah Mitchell, Jameson Williams, or Pat Freiermuth.
Let's go JMO, and then like we're pretty much done at wide receiver.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I'd like to tackle one of the late rookies, but yeah.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, let's go JMO. I don't have JMO yet either. It just felt like it made some sense there. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Freiermuth goes immediately.
Well, that's really good for us that he took Tua Tagovailoa.
Tua, yeah, that's huge.
That means, I mean, I don't think Tua prevents you from wanting a second quarterback, but it gives us a little bit of cover.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, quarterback wasn't really in play for us there. Like I said, like 11, 12, we're going to definitely have a pick of, like...
And I think we could even wait
Kendre,
later,
Warren, Tank.
Yeah, to me, it's like I don't even want to think... If I'm not taking one of the top 9 quarterbacks, maybe if we had CeeDee Lamb or we had Hill or we had Waddle, like then it's a consideration on Dak or Tua. But where we are, to me, it's a matter of like until that like running back tier is gone. Like I need the best running back available to be like Devin Singletary for me to be thinking about quarterback, I think.
Yeah. And with the 2, I mean, I know these are running backs in the 3rd and 4th, but like Ramondre and Jacobs, like they project so well that like I didn't really feel a ton of pressure. And Freiermuth, I think it's a good call, but it's like I never really want a tight end in the flex, you know. And I know you could just sort of play him back and forth and sort of figure it out that way. But yeah, that was tough.
I mean, I think he would be if it was like, well, I guess if it was tight end premium, he never would have been available in the 10th, but. Yeah, I guess I just have like I think I know you don't really want one in the flex. I think he's pretty comparable to the wide receivers there, and he does give you some insurance on Pitts at the same time.
Yeah.
And I think that he like does have upside. Like I don't think it's like just taking Dalton Schultz. Like I think it's a young tight end. It's a legitimate ADOT, 21% targets per route run. Like I do think there's worlds where you take Kyle Pitts and you have Pat Freiermuth and you have 2 of the top 5 tight ends this year.
Sell me on Freiermuth. It seems like you really like him. I have him, Ingram, and Njoku kind of all jumbled up, but I agree that early 10th for Freiermuth or Njoku, I think, was probably mispriced.
Yeah, I have Freiermuth the highest of that group, which is not where he goes in ADP, so that's kind of part of it. Pat Freiermuth last year in like what was a pretty dysfunctional offense, registered 1.68 yards per route run, which is quite solid. That's like higher than TJ Hawkinson, for instance. Has targets per route run of 22%, which is really strong for a tight end, especially a young tight end. And the other kind of fun aspect of him is that, in the context of 22% targets per route run, in the context of playing next to like legitimate target competition, Deontay all year, Pickens all year, Claypool for half the year, also has an ADOT of 8.7, which is not super high. It's the 8th highest among all tight ends. It's kind of more like a slot wide receiver ADOT than like a total dump off. Like if you look at David Njoku, for instance, or you look at Evan Ingram in terms of where they're earning their targets, and both of them have lower target rates. David Njoku's 25th ranked in ADOT at 6.8. Evan Ingram, similarly, operating much closer to the line of scrimmage. His targets per route run is not comparable, 6.2 ADOT. I think when you look at Freiermuth, he lines up really similarly just from a talent perspective to Goddard and Hawkinson, and he did it all only in his second year. You are betting on Pickett a little bit, but I think it's a talent-based bet. Like I think Freiermuth has, outside of concerns about Pickett, has a very legitimate chance to present himself as like a top 5 tight end. And I think people just kind of get the ick with him. I think people think that he's kind of Hunter Henry. But if you take away sort of the vibe of Pat Freiermuth, but you just look at how many targets is he earning, who's he earning them next to, where on the field is he earning them, like he's good. I think he's legitimately good. And to me, the only difference between him and TJ Hawkinson is offensive environment. I think their target earning ability is really, really similar, and in terms of where they earn it as well.
No, I think those are good points. I think you're right with the ick thing with Fry. Like I don't have a ton of him. It's just he's not sexy. He's not sexy, but he really isn't that much different of a bet than Goddard and Hawkinson, I guess. I also don't love
in hindsight.
I think Pickett is going to be bad. Pickett is tough for me to wrap my head around.
I'm kind of a Pickett optimist. I'm actually just really in on the Steelers.
I was going to say that's the only thing I can sell myself on. Well, I was going to say just the organization.
They run at a high pace. They run at a high pace. They have organizational competence. I mean, Pickett was bad, but he was a rookie. Like, I don't think he was like crazy bad.
I was very out on him as a prospect too.
Yeah,
I can't shake the 2 glove things, the tidy hands and the 2 gloves in Pittsburgh weather, dude. Like, it's really tough for me to be like, yeah, this is going to be a good quarterback.
I guess the fun part of it too for me with Pittsburgh, it's like I have things I want to buy in on. Like I'm interested in their pace. I'm interested in the historical pathway to that team, and I also have guys I want to bet against. Right, like I want to bet against Najee Harris. I want to bet against George Pickens. So to me, it makes me really interested in getting really overweight on the triad of Deontay Johnson, Pat Freiermuth, Jaylen Warren.
I have to say, I am a little concerned that I might have sold with waiting on running back here. There's a couple names I like, but they're not as plentiful as I thought they might be. I have 3 that I think are in the tier we just sort of talked about. We'll see if one makes it back. I hope one should. Maybe some quarterbacks can go in this area. We got a Dolchich off the board. We got a Zay Jones off the board. That's the other guy.
Well, those are my 2 mid-round tight ends that I'm really clicking.
I've been taking a lot of Dolchich. Oh, there goes a lot. I would have loved Elijah Mitchell.
I also take a lot of Dalton Schultz in best ball, but I'm like that's more of like I only get to pick 2 tight ends, and I think he's going to get a lot of targets play. It's not like an upside play, so not as interested in him. I'm interested in Schultz if we had not taken Pitts and we get to like fill out a tight end room by committee. But Freiermuth was like, I believe enough in the talent that I would make a case for Freiermuth, even with already having Pitts on the team in a way that I wouldn't for Schultz. But let's see here.
All right, I got 2 running backs now that I'd be happy with.
2 running backs? I only got 1, but I'm interested in hearing your second one.
Unless if I missed somebody who went off the board, which is very much live. There goes Gino. Are we debating Kirk yet here? I will say Kirk's ADP is like late 10th, but we also don't have Dak off the board yet, so I don't know. Yeah, Kirk goes 10-12, Dak goes 10-10, but like QB is pretty variant in terms of draft room.
I also think that depending on who slides to us, that the double tap is a reasonable option.
Please.
I wonder if we should have taken Brandon Cooks instead of Quentin Johnston to set up a Dak stack, or if we just should have more self-respect than to take Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, I was looking through them and I was like, damn, none of these can stack, especially because like you're pretty good at being on top of like, okay, we can take this guy and like with Sacramento. I was like, nah.
I'll be entirely honest. I didn't have Brandon Cooks in the queue.
Yeah,
I didn't put him in the queue.
Okay, so there goes
Dak. So that's
good. We didn't want Cooks
anyways, but us, which is good. No team is gonna be. I guess it depends. Like,
I gotta be honest.
Does this team?
I think this might have to be Kirk, unless if like it depends. Like how upset would you be if he didn't make it back to us like the 1301?
A little upset.
I would put this percentage chance he gets back to us. So like, and I'm talking on my ass here, but I would put it at like 40%.
I'm okay with it being Kirk because there's only one player. There's only one non-quarterback that I really, really want to draft.
So the 2 running backs I had were Kendra and Warren.
Oh, Warren. Okay. I'm
fine double tapping him.
I guess I like to live dangerously.
Yeah, and I'm fine with that. Warren's still on the board, right? Or am I being?
I want to draft. I didn't see Warren.
There's a decent chance that Warren is gone, and I like made up that he was on the board somehow. Did someone take a super early Warren?
Warren is fully off the board. Yeah. Okay, Kendra and Kirk.
All right, Kendra and Kirk. I'm gonna have to figure. I don't know where Warren went. All right, so that was pretty dumb, but we'll take Kendra. Kendra, who should be. I don't know how he's not flying up boards with the Kamara stuff, but Kendra and Kirk.
Okay.
I'm doing a word search of Warren. Nothing's coming up for Jalen Warren, dude. Search. Oh, he was on the board, dude.
Really? Why didn't he come up when I typed it?
His ADP is 788.
Okay, that's a glitch. Well,
I have
maybe
no words.
He comes all the way back. Maybe nobody notices.
Yeah, I'm not really upset about it.
I think you can make a pretty compelling case that we made the correct choice regardless.
I agree. I think that was my hunch as well.
It's okay, yeah. So that Kirk probably goes funny. Right there then. Like if that person's doing Dak then Russ, then that's probably Kirk Cousins.
Exactly. Kirk had to be there.
Maybe it is Russ because he has Sutton, so maybe he would have taken Russ regardless over Kirk.
But I think you're gonna be surprised. I think my guess is after Russ, I'm setting the over under at 2.5 QBs go off the board before our 13.
So our second quarterback is Kyler, right? I don't think we're gonna have any competition for him.
Kyler or Goff.
Really late.
But I'm cool with Kyler.
Oh yeah, Goff, right? Okay, all right.
But just to have 2 outs to that to stack or whatever.
I think the Kyler is more interesting.
Edward's hitting us with "I'm not sold on Team 1." It's crazy, dude. I do
also
these high
probably
stakes
have to.
Oh yeah, it's 9 p.m.
Yeah, I told Pete to text him when he's done his randomizer show, and then I would hop over. But I'll take my time. If we did a 34 round draft faster than this draft last night, everybody was setting records. He was giving away a $50 gift card to fastest picker, and we had 6 of the 12 drafters under 5 seconds per pick.
I saw him do that world's fastest, and I couldn't wrap my head around what was going on.
Slow draft. It was the world's fastest slow draft.
But how did he keep everybody engaged? I didn't get to see.
Well,
it.
like he like
I saw he had them all.
the other 11 people.
He what?
They, like,
he
were
hand selected them.
Like it wasn't like random people. Like he picked 11
sense.
people like by hand, and then they were like all on the stream together.
Because I saw him, like I ended up watching like maybe the first like 15 minutes just to see like what the hell, like what is Pete doing. But yeah, interesting idea from Pete. Pete's so creative with that. Like I would never be like, yeah, let's do the fastest slow draft for content.
It's a genius.
I imagine the video did okay.
How many? Oh, I think it probably did numbers. How many rounds does this go? Total is this?
20 total.
20 total, and we are through what? 12.
12. Yep.
And our last 2 picks are a kicker and a defense. So it's basically 3 more turns, 3 more legitimate turns. Marvin Mims.
I'm currently spying on Pete. Pete's in the 18th round right now.
Of his randomizer? All right.
Yeah.
So he can take his time and grab a Modelo, and then we're good.
Exactly. So there goes your boy Mims.
Yeah, that's a little sad.
Rashi's gone. It's like the 3 horsemen: Rashi, Rice, Mims, and Mingo. And I guess you could group in Reed if you want.
Yeah, Reed is like the, I don't know. What is it? It's like there's the 3 musketeers, and there's like a 4th guy that hangs out with them sometimes, but he doesn't actually get called a musketeer. That's Jaden Reed. Yeah,
but I don't mind him at his price at this point.
I don't mind Jaden Reed. I take all 4 of those guys for sure.
What was your lean between that group in Dynasty rookie drafts? I'm almost coming around.
In Dynasty rookie draft, I think Mims is in a completely different tier than that group.
I agree.
But I think it was Mims in his own, like Mims I had in the tier with Laporta and Mayer and Levis and the running backs.
Where were you at Hyatt versus Mingo, Rice, Reed?
Yeah, I had them in kind of the same group, but I had it Rice over Mingo over Reed over Hyatt.
I think I might have had Hyatt at the top of that, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I mean, I think they all kind of suck as prospects. But I think like
my spreadsheets love Hyatt, man.
The most interesting.
My spreadsheets are in love with him. But it makes sense that his production's kind of fraudulent. So
yeah, and he also has the worst draft capital. All those other guys are around 2 picks. It's around 3 picks.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah, I mean Hyatt. He's getting like good reviews in camp, and he's free in best ball drafts. So I think he's like a
free,
really nice underdog pick. Free 99.
I don't know. There's some merit to the idea that he can only play out of the slot, so it's a big issue because they have a million slot receivers plus a huge slot receiver in Darren Waller. There's merit to that, but the idea of like bad reports in camp, I don't care.
He's getting good reports in camp now.
But he was getting bad ones like a couple months ago. Is what
he
it
was
seemed
getting
like,
bad ones,
he like wasn't getting on the field, and the market's not adjusted quite yet.
But now everything is.
The market hasn't quite adjusted though. That's the issue.
Right. I mean, we're probably going to draft Jalen Hyatt on this team.
Yeah, I cannot wait.
We have 5 wide receivers, right? Because one of them is Jameson Williams. So we have 5 active wide receivers, and then we just decided not to have a 10th round pick.
Yeah, we have the ghosts. We have a gambling expert that I can call on Sundays.
Yeah, I can't believe
to tip us off.
Jameson Williams. That makes me sick.
It's my first time drafting him as well. So,
God, yeah, that's. I don't know. I won't be
putting the tournament. He's kind of fun.
Afterwards.
He's kind of fun in a tournament.
True.
I like the idea.
I mean, I can't knock it because I was the guy last year on all these drafts with like I did a bunch. I did the one with you. I did a bunch with Cam. I did one with Larky, and like every time I was like, "Can we take Christian Watson?" The other people were like, "Christian Watson sucks," and I was like, "Yeah, I know, but can we take Christian Watson?" No, we don't have 7, do we? We have 7. Yeah, that's correct. We do have 7.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so we only probably need 1 more. So
yeah,
1 more receiver, definitely 1 more quarterback. Could take it or leave it with a second tight end.
Yeah, I don't feel pressure for a second tight end either.
We have 6 non-defense slots, 1 quarterback, probably 1 receiver, but not even like necessary. Definitely fine taking another tight end.
2 of these have to be kicker and defense, so you have 6 picks left.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So of those 6, probably 3 running backs minimum.
QB.
1 quarterback, 1 receiver, 1 tight end, but fine moving either of the receiver or the tight end into another running back if we want to.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. probably where I'm at as well. Eagles defense in the 12th round.
Yeah, I mean, Daniel Jones is pretty interesting.
I agree. We could stack him with Hyatt.
Yeah, I would be fine with Jones.
There goes Goff.
Okay. I like Jones more than Goff anyway, and I like Kyler more than Goff for this particular team.
There goes Warren. Damn it.
Oh.
That would have been so sweet.
Shit. Oh, that would have been so cool. Yeah, Joseph's already knows where I want to go. Joseph's on the ball.
I'm not sure I can even quite make out those initials. Oh, no, I can. I was like, Jawan Johnson.
There's kind of a lot. There's a lot of guys I'm interested in here, actually.
That's good because I can't say there's even one that I'm like.
There's like 7 guys I want to take.
I think I just sort of lost track of who's available.
Okay. Man, there's dudes. There's dudes here. It would have been nice to have Jalen Warren.
Oh, we got guys.
We got dudes for days. We got so many dudes that go until after dark. Okay. Okay.
Damn.
Wow, that guy's going on getting all the
QBs.
quarterbacks. I'm fine with Rodgers too, but I know it's not stacked. But after Rodgers, it's just wait on Kyler. But I could be talking to him. We don't really need to stack on both the quarterback. Like we could platoon Rodgers and Cousins all season, and then just play Cousins every week in the sprint, the stack if need be.
I think that's viable.
All right. Let's see who else. Okay, so Jeff Wilson.
For what it's worth, Kyler goes early 17th in this format, so something to think about. I don't know how sold you are on Kyler, but like Rodgers goes mid 12th, Richardson late 12th.
Okay, so the guys I'm looking at, well, all of them are in the queue, but I think Rodgers is worthy of consideration. I think, okay, I'm very.
There's like really good chance this guy says something in chat and they redo the pick, so I don't want to do anything too crazily.
Okay, feel really.
I like Wilson.
I would say I feel really strongly about taking Jeff Wilson.
Yeah.
And then I would be fine with either Rodgers or one of the tight ends, like Chig or Everett or Laporta.
Let me think. So we'll definitely take Jeff Wilson. All right, so let's go Wilson. And then we're saying, where does Hubbard go in these? Late 14th. We don't have to do that quite yet. All right, so we'll take Wilson. Kind of like where your head's at with Rodgers. You have Okonkwo, Everett, Laporta. And what is this? This is a 1401 pick. No, I'm down for Rodgers in this format. What if he's just sweet?
Let's do Aaron Rodgers. Okay, let's do Aaron Rodgers.
And if we want a backup tight end, it could be Conklin if we're like desperate for correlation.
I'd be fine with the Conk Daddy. I think we should take the Conk Daddy with one of our last picks in this case.
I agree.
Okay, I've got to run to Best Ball After Dark. I will still like poke around, but I trust you to land the plane.
All right.
I think we're probably probably acting 2 more running backs, backup tight end, and ideally Jalen Hyatt. And if not Hyatt, then I don't know, pick any upside wide receiver you want.
All right, sounds good.
All right, cool. I'll hang out. I'll keep the draft room open, and then if I see somebody, I'll add them to queue or message you or whatever on Twitter.
Yeah, you can DM me whatever.
It was a pleasure for your lovely viewers. Once Ron's done, if you want to hop over to Best Ball After Dark, if you're a subscriber, that'd be thick. Otherwise, you can catch me at Thinking About Thinking, jacobsanderson.substack.com. The article that I mentioned earlier on the Saints and Eagles is entirely free, so you don't even have to be behind the paywall. You can get 6,700 words of Eagles and Saints running back breakdowns, and otherwise I'll be around with Ron. But this was good. We're winning it all.
Of course.
Sweet. Have a good one, buddy.
All right, I'll see you. Now it's just me and you guys. Now it's time for the kids to play. I have to be honest with you guys. I have kind of been glancing down at my phone because I I've been trying to put in a DoorDash order for a little bit here, but I can't decide what I want to eat. I know we're in the middle of a high stakes draft, fellas, but I haven't eaten dinner yet. Does anybody want to help me decide what I want to do here? I can go Chipotle, but I always go Chipotle. I had Chipotle for lunch. Don't judge me. I was working hard today. Just put some respect, dude. It's August. We can afford to DoorDash lunch sometimes. What do we think, fellas? You go Chinese. Chinese food is pretty tough. Like I kind of break out sometimes when I eat Chinese food. We could go pizzeria. Fun fact, I don't eat gluten, so that's not really... Am I just going to get another freaking Chipotle bowl, dude? Am I getting another Chipotle bowl? People are saying Panda Express, dude. I don't think dude, the thing, like, Chinese food sounds good, but like, I don't like Chinese food it always just makes me feel so bad afterwards, you know? Wendy's. I will say I don't have a Cane's near me. I am in the East Coast, Upper East Coast, so that's just not happening here. Most popular local restaurants. I have a Chinese place, a pizza place, a diner. It's 9:12 by me, so there's not a lot of good stuff open, really. I hate that it might just be Chipotle, fellas. It really just might be Chipotle. Dude, fellas, there's no Culver's in New Jersey, bro. What the hell is a Culver's, bro? The issue is that Qdoba is already closed, I think. God damn it. It really might be a Chipotle thing. Like, if I got something from a pizza place, it would be like a salad or something. I don't really want a salad. I know this is awful content. Like, I should really be talking through the draft right now. But also, fellas, we're in the 15th round. Do you guys need me to talk through freaking Paris Campbell and John Mechie? Man. It's really looking like Chipotle, fellas. Double Chipotle day. Praying for your toilet. Go Taco Bell. Oh, but Taco Bell's probably even worse for the toilet, man. Should I go Wendy's and get like a freaking... Like, I could get like a salad and some fries. I could get a salad and some fries, but I don't really want a salad, man. I want a hearty meal. I want a meal. I could get more of like I could hit a more authentic Hispanic experience in Chipotle. There is this place called Pancho Villa Taqueria around me that I like. But that's just like a more expensive version of like the same thing. Huh. So I think... I know this is riveting content for you guys. The listeners have to be furious right now with me. Damn it, man. I really wanted to do something different, fellas, but I think it's just going to have to be Chipotle, man. I think it is. Raw Dog B-Dubs order. Brother, no shot you're getting a Wendy's salad. Dude, Wendy's salad are fire, dude. Kyle knows what's up, dude. Bro, I've been dipping like, my go-to order if I go to Wendy's. My go-to order, oh man, the viewership has gone down since I've turned this into a what is Ron going to order on DoorDash stream. But my go-to order is usually like either the summer chicken salad or like they have like a pomegranate dressing type of salad that I like. Once that's gone, or I get that and I get a large fry and I get a Wendy's Frosty. Do a little dip action with the fries. But I decided we're going Chipotle. I'm just going to order Chipotle, fellas. It sucks. You know, I had it earlier. We'll switch it up this time. We'll go... I didn't have queso earlier. We'll go queso, even though that might be trouble. And we'll get real jiggy on them. We'll go double chicken. This is my order, fellas. We're going double chicken, white rice, brown rice. That's how you finesse. If you're DoorDashing it, that's how you finesse. You get both rice. They put in way more. Black beans, tomato salsa, sour cream, cheese, romaine lettuce, queso, extra chicken. Let me just put you all on $1 million worth of game real quick. All right, chicken El Pastor. No, I don't really mess with it. All right, so back to this draft. I mean, Jacob has entrusted me with this. I think Jaden Reed for sure is the play. After that, we need to take some running backs too. We need to take some running backs as well. So this is going to be a 15th, 16th round pick. Kind of open to the idea of Leonard Fournette. I'm going to look through Jacob's rankings right now. So I think that's probably the play. So I think this has to be Reed. The backup tight end I want is Tyler Conklin, but I don't think we have to take him just yet. Conklin in these drafts goes like 19th round. Jaden Reed is for sure going to be one of these picks. After that, though, where's Fournette been going? Fournette's been going like mid 15th, so I actually wouldn't mind picking him at all here. I will say Fournette's not great correlation to Ramondre, like in case if Fournette gets picked up by the Patriots, but so there goes Michael Carter. So we're gonna probably go Fournette and then Jaden Reed here. Definitely Jaden Reed, last wide receiver, but a fun like upside rookie play, and then we will go. I think we're gonna go Fournette. Why not? Why not let it fly with Fournette? I'm trying to look through what else would really make sense, and I'm not really seeing anything. Fournette. Yeah, let's do it. Fournette. I don't know how Jacob's going to feel about that. I do not know, but I kind of like him. Cut him if he doesn't look good. I'm going to send a prayer up for Ron's toilet. Did you pray today? That's all I got to ask. Ron likes double meat, dude. I drool over double meat Chipotle bowls. Pause if needed. Yeah, I agree, dude. I agree. Reed is such a nice late round flyer, especially like we just got him after Hyatt, Mingo, Rashi Rice, and to me, he's like a similar bet to all of them. So we have 2 more picks to make. One of them is going to be Tyler Conklin. The other is going to be a running back. Am I a fake Jets fan for not like making time to watch this game? I'm working. I'm here for you guys drafting a team. It's not really work. I love drafting teams on stream. But I just don't care. I just don't really care. Like I put a tweet out like I just don't really care about preseason. Like it just doesn't like it. Watching Zach Wilson play football, I've seen it. I've seen so much of Zach Wilson play football the last couple of years. I don't need it. I can live without seeing Zach Wilson play football. I really can. I am maxed out on my Zach Wilson throwing a football. There's only so much I can take. There is only so much Zach Wilson I can watch. Truly. But let's see here. We need running backs. So like Zeke Elliott is interesting. Looking through Jacob's rankings now to sort of see who he prefers. He likes Fournette, thankfully. So Conklin, Spears, Gainwell. I will say 1601, I should have maybe taken Justin Tucker there. That could have maybe been a cool spot to take Tucker, but Reed and Fournette, I think, were the plays. Said Wilson did good today. Like I said, am I a fake fan, fellas? Give it to me straight. Am I a fake fan? I don't give a darn about preseason. It's really the issue. Let's look up these stats. Kyle, this is maybe the most. This is insane. Like I'm gonna ban you. I'm banning you right now, Kyle. Even though you're my boy. But that is some of the most out of pocket shit I've ever heard you say, bro. Zach Wilson's 3 of 5 for 65. Izzy has 8 for 26 and 1. That's interesting. Yeah, Zach Wilson. We're so early in the preseason that you're telling me that Zach Wilson played like one freaking drive. He went 3 for 5, 65 yards, and that's it. This Jason Brownlee kid's been making a lot of waves in camp, though, which is interesting. I don't know that he's going to ever be relevant for fantasy, but Brownlee has been making a lot of waves. Yeah, I'm just messing. Trying to think through this, though. I'm typing to Jacob right now, trying to tell him like what's left. Davis, CEH. Is Brownlee in the underdog draft pool? There's a good chance that he's not, man. There's a really good chance that he's not. Cedric Tillman's making plays. I love Cedric Tillman. He's actually a really fun prospect, I'd say. The question is truly, did you pray today? So Evan Hole goes, okay. Okay. So 17-18 spot here. The kickers have gone. I will say if Bill's kicker makes it back to us, we probably take Bill's kicker. I will not be taking any of these defenses. I gotta be honest with you guys. I gotta pee like a racehorse, dude. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Oh. All right, we're back out here. What's going on? I don't know. I only asked if you pray today. There's like a funny TikTok. I saw like this little kid. It's like a TikTok thing. I think it's like a song or something. I don't know. It just ends in a guy like humping a camera. It's sort of funny. It's also dumb as hell. So I've been asking for your thoughts on the Cup hamstring injury. It's really tough to wrestle with because it's concerning, but I don't think it's concerning enough for me to move him down from 103. You know? Like him being old and getting hurt was already kind of a concern. So it gets tough. Like I'm not sure that I can I'm not sure that I would put him like I wouldn't I still don't think I would take Diggs over him. You can maybe talk me into putting McCaffrey over him, but I'm not crazy about it. You know, like it's like it's if you're moving Cup down, who are you putting over him? Is my question to the people that are scared of Cup, I guess. Not scared of Cup. That's not the right word, but you get what I'm saying. So Conklin usually. I think I'm going to go Conklin and Bill's kicker. I think that's going to be the play here. Conklin. Yeah, Bill's kicker. Raiders kicker is gone. Yeah, so let's go Bill's kicker and Conklin, and we'll just sort of take what running back falls back to us. I don't really have a firm take on any of these running backs. I'm fine just sort of letting whatever falls to us fall. Let's go Bill's kicker. And then we will go Tyler Conklin. Their face shot of Tyler Conklin is crazy. Like their headshot. Face shot's kind of a weird thing I just said there, but you get what I'm saying. Man, me and Jacob went really skinny at running back in this draft, but like I'm almost treating this like this is kind of interesting after the video we dropped today of double hero RB. Like this is almost a modified hero RB where we took 2 wide receivers and then 3-4 running back. 2 guys that I have is like if ADP told me that I had to do so, I would take Ramondre Stevenson and Josh Jacobs at where we took T. Higgins. I would take both of them there. I'd have no problem with it. So we got them at 312 and 401. Like that's pretty sweet. I don't know what my overarching part was there. Yo, Brock, please, bro. Yeah, what the? You said just got home from work. Who were your top 3 picks? Yeah, there you go. I didn't even really mean to show, but killed 2 birds with 1 stone there. So Khalil Shakur's gone. We're going to take a defense. It'd be cool if Washington defense made it back to us. Where's Washington been going? It's been going mid-18th, so I kind of doubt it makes it back to us. Washington's been one of the ones I've been going with recently in terms of like streaming defenses. Dude, there's dudes that I really respect on Twitter, dude, but like I'm begging these guys to chill with like the, you know, when your league mate snipes Josh Jacobs 1 pick before you and it's like a random video or like a TikTok viral video from like 5 years ago or like a random viral video from like 6 years ago, or it's like something's on fire and it's like, oh, when you started your draft, like Najee Harris and DeAndre Swift in the 5th and 6th round, like just stop it. Just stop it, man. Just stop this, like, the relatable memes in the fantasy world. I just had to get that off my chest. I had to, y'all. I just had to. John Kelly doing good things. Dude, John Kelly was kind of fun coming out of school, so people don't understand. Where did he come out of? Tennessee? Washington plays Cardinals week 1. Oh, John Kelly has 3 catches too. That's cool. That is cool. No, I am a certified hater. If people haven't realized yet, like I kind of am a certified hater. Like my Twitter account is literally just me complaining instead of telling the person I have a problem with that I have a problem with them. That is essentially my Twitter like account. By the way, the double hero RB video today is doing numbies. You guys are killing it on that video. Holy shit, dude. Yeah, that's crazy. 13,000 views in 13 hours is crazy stuff. So shout out you guys. If you haven't watched it already, I made a video on double hero RB that I think I put a lot of work into it. I hope you guys like it. It came out this morning. Yeah, we're gonna have hero RB and zero RB probably within the next, like, I would say in the next 10 days. Those will be out, and then I'll do a video kind of talking through how I blend all of them together in a draft room. Like, because I think the most important thing is I make those videos to kind of like outline one strategy, but I never go into a draft room being like, I'm going to do double hero RB here. Like this, even the draft we just did with Jacob, like I might even use this as an example in the video I do where it's like more of like encompassing all of my draft strategies instead of just like sticking to one. But like, I don't even know what umbrella this would go under. I guess it would be a modified double hero. But like, you know what I mean? Like you want to make sure you're kind of like adjusting on the fly and not locking yourself into things. Damn, there goes Commanders. So the other, you listen to it twice on Apple Podcasts. I appreciate that, man. So what the hell are we doing at streaming? I think that we decided that the next best defense to stream is the Jaguars after the Commanders, right? I want to check out, like DraftKings odds. DraftKings odds NFL. And I would like to see the week 1 over-unders. I would like to see that. Man, the viewers are drying up in here. That's what happens when you talk about Chipotle for like 30 minutes. And then also, I imagine people are maybe watching the game, but I also don't think so. I'm not sure. Could just be I kind of lost you guys. So Lions. Okay, so Jaguars Colts has a pretty low over under, which is what we were looking at. 49ers Steelers surprisingly has a really low over under, but I think both of those defenses are probably gone. Yeah, they are. Lowest over under. We have Tennessee Saints. Oh, Deneric Prince is a really fun pick that I wish that I had thought of. Ty Chandler, Zach Evans. Wow, these guys are rattling them off. So let's do. So we have Abanaconda. Man, I wish I had. I wish I had a lean just the way I wanted to go here. I think we are going to go with the highest points average last year. So we're definitely going to take the Jaguars. We'll take the Jaguars. So let's think for a second here. Dusty ass Melvin Gordon. Malik Davis still out there? Oh. So the running backs I had. So now we have 36 picks, and I don't have a single running back here that I'm trying to take. I think we're just going to go Keontae Ingram. It's just kind of like a one-off running back here. I like Keontae Ingram. Could go Dwayne McBride. Do have kind of like Vikings correlation going on here. We're going to go Dwayne McBride. I haven't been drafting a lot of Dwayne McBride. I've been taking some Keontae Ingram. Let's go Dwayne McBride here. I don't know. I don't really have a strong take between those guys, but I figure Dwayne McBride benefits from an Alexander Madison injury. And who else benefits from an Alexander Madison injury? Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson, because they're going to pass more if Madison was to get hurt. So we would get like a bunch of positive correlation from that. And that's just kind of me galaxy braining. But that is going to do it. This is the final team here from the one spot. It's third round reversal, redraft managed league, full PPR, 6-point passing TD. Jefferson T. Higgins out of the one spot. Then we go Ramondre Jacobs at the 3-4 turn. We go Mike Williams, Kyle Pitts, Marquise Brown, Quentin Johnson, Rashad Bateman. I'm psyched about this Rashad Bateman pick, to be honest with you. Jamison Williams, Kendre Miller, Kirk Cousins, Jeff Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Jaden Reed, Leonard Fournette, Bills kicker, Conklin as our backup tight end, Jags D, McBride as our last running back here. I appreciate everyone that came out here. We'll probably go back to a morning stream next Thursday. We kind of just had to call an audible because we sort of were being idiots about trying to see if we could get a 12 p.m. one of these to fill, and we were sorely mistaken there. I'm trying to get my face back on the screen. Oh, here we are. All right. But appreciate you guys all coming out. I like the team. I think it's a really fun squad of we have a ton of wide receivers. It's kind of like a modified double hero RB we talked through a little bit earlier today in today's video. But yeah, it's a fun team. It's with Jacob. We're splitting this. We'll probably do another 1 or 2 of these before week 1 comes around. So stay tuned for that. Jacob, I think he goes to Ireland soon. So I don't know if he's going to be back next Thursday. But appreciate you guys coming out. As always, we did. So this draft, I was looking at my rankings the entire time. Rankings are on Patreon, patreon.com/Ron Stewart. This has my top 200 for half PPR and PPR leagues. And then also we did an Underdog draft in the beginning of this stream. If you want to hop on Underdog, promo code Ron. Use it. Link in the description, comments, all that good stuff for my Patreon and Underdog. You can hop on Underdog, use promo code Ron. They'll match your deposit up to $100. You can hop in. They have some new $10 draft out right now that's going to fill very fast. Make sure you check that out. As always, I love y'all, and I will see you guys in the next one.